All right, everybody, welcome out to the Log Room Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, November the 22nd, 2022. Jersey Johnny coming at you. And with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
Hey, this is sketchy.
The hell you eating?
Cranberry relish.
Cranberry relish. So like cranberry sauce?
Yeah, well, it's the whole berry cranberry sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit sketchy.
Which I will be making on Thursday morning.
Yeah, I usually make my own. I don't know why National Cranberry Relish Day happens on the 22nd. It should, I mean, it's close enough to Thanksgiving, I guess.
Well, I'm sure some years it's on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, no, because the last Thursday can't be the 22nd. The last Thursday, the earliest it can be is the 23rd.
Fair enough. Well, then maybe it's the day before. Maybe it's always been, maybe they always want it to be before. So it leads up to the end of the anticipation of the holiday.
It should be changed. It should be changed.
Get on that.
But this is sketchy. I don't know, because the can said for the date on it 20 May 22. So I don't know if it's 2020 May 22nd or the 20th of May 2022. But I think I should probably put this down.
Fair enough.
We're not gonna. I think we're gonna avoid that because we've got a big show ahead of us.
Well, if we see you missing halfway through the show, then we'll know what date the can was.
Or if the camera gets covered in vomit,
red stuff, right? Exactly.
Yeah, we'll know. But I took a little bit of it. But we need to be on our
game tonight because we got a lot to do. This is our holiday. This is our holiday.
But before we get to the holidays, it's another important day today. And I think
first of all, National Cranberry Relish Day.
Well, yeah, that's
Happy National Cranberry.
We've just discussed that. We're going to work on changing that date.
We got to work on changing the day.
I don't know who did that, but it should be the day before Thanksgiving is what it should be, because that's usually when people make it.
It should be fluid. It should always be the day before Thanksgiving, whatever date that is.
Right, whatever date that is, should be the day before Thanksgiving. That way you've got overnight for it to sit in the fridge.
Right.
In whatever strange mold you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a brain mold. Maybe I'll put mine in a brain mold.
That's a good idea.
The brain mold's in a box in storage, like everything else. Anyway.
All right.
No, it's another big day, John.
It is.
It's another big day. John and I talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
And today is Start Your Own Country Day.
Happy Start Your Own Country Day.
And we are starting our own country.
We are
starting our own country.
We're going to talk about it, though, with our guest, I think.
We are. Because
there's no reason for tonight, for this particular show, to wait any longer than to bring the man, the myth, the legend on. So I say we do that right now.
That's all-around good guy.
All-around good guy. He can do it himself when he comes on. Here he is. Welcome to the show, please, Mr. Tom Mulvihill.
Well, how do you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer fan, just prolific beer drinker, Purveyor wisdom all around. Good guy.
There he is.
He changes the cadence almost every time too, and I love that.
That's all good.
But the energy is always
keeps you on your toes.
Hey, it's all about that current mood, man.
Yeah, you got to get that going. Well, our mood today is independence.
Independence.
Well, first, should we do the declaration first or name the country first?
Let's name the country first. Let's talk about what we're doing here. Okay, today is again Start Your Own Country Day. So, how about it?
The country's gonna be called Lagerland, of course.
Lagerland.
Why would it be anything else other than Lagerland?
Absolutely, Lagerland. Right.
And I'm gonna just jump right into the Lagerland Declaration of Independence.
Well, I got a couple of questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, are we going to have a capital?
Of course, we're going to have a capital. It's Lagerton, DC.
Lagerton, DC. What's the DC stand for?
Drink copiously.
Like
what else would it stand for?
Lagerton.
There we go.
But it's not the largest city in Lagerland.
What is the largest city in Lagerland?
New Lager City.
New Lager City.
It's a whole metropolis.
A whole metropolis.
Right.
Okay.
And then there's Lagerville, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fort Lager.
Fort Lager is a great place. I like Fort Lager.
Fort Lager is great. Springfield, because you have to have a Springfield.
Is there Lagerton Fieldville? Can there be a Lagerton Fieldville?
Yeah, we can do that. And there's also a there's.
So I was going to say Lagerfield, but then that's Lagerfeld.
Lagerfield's something else entirely different, isn't it? Yeah,
it's Lagerfeld, but that's
right. But there is Mount Lager.
Mount Lager.
And then of course you've got North Mount Lager, East Mount Lager, and West Mount Lager. For some inexplicable reason, there's no South Mount Lager.
There's no South Mount Lager. Yeah.
No, none whatsoever.
All right. So let's hear the declaration.
Declaration. And this is something that we feel strongly about. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all beer drinkers, women and men, are created equal. That they are endowed by the brewery with certain inalienable rights, as well as beer bellies.
Not inalienable rights. Inalienable.
Inalienable. Okay. Rights. Oh, you're right. That is a misspelling right there.
But it works perfectly. Inalienable rights.
Inalienable rights, as well as beer bellies. Don't forget that among these are life, lager, and the pursuit of happiness. Right? That to secure these rights, the Lagerland government will be instituted by beer drinkers for beer drinkers and by beer drinkers, deriving its power to govern from beer drinkers, women and men alike, so far as they are all not inebriated and don't pay too much attention to what we're doing. Right. We have gained the attention of our big beer oppressors and warned them of our knowledge of their duplicity in their attempts to dictate what beer to drink, how to drink it, where to drink it, and with whom to drink it. We rebel against beer that tastes like moose ass. There's a nod to your lexicon of curses, John.
I got you.
Yeah, we rebel against beer that tastes like moose ass when it gets above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, mind you. Most beer tastes like moose ass above 40 degrees Celsius. And we rise up against their manipulative and sexist television campaigns. Although we do condone the heartwarming ones with the Clydesdales, they can keep those. I like those.
They're fine.
Yeah,
they're fine.
They're good.
I still like some of the old jingles from some of the bigger beers.
Yeah. One beer to have when you're having more than
right.
One. Yeah. If they had brought the jingle, if they hadn't gotten rid of the jingles, maybe we would have been lulled into.
Lowenbrow is one of my favorites. Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. The beer will hold. Must be something more somehow. So tonight.
Wow, just singing that.
Let it be Lowenbrow.
I don't think I want to break away anymore. I think I've been lulled back into that with a lullaby of big beer. Anyway, but moving on. So for the support of this declaration, with firm reliance on our distribution networks, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, especially those especially fortune, considering what the cost of some of these 4-packs are nowadays, and our sacred honor, what is left of it, just keep your hands off our fucking breweries.
Right? There you go.
Ale is for always, lager is life, so say we all.
Ale is for always.
So say we all.
Lager is life.
So that is our declaration.
This is the Declaration of Independence.
Yes.
Very good.
And we
will post that. We will post that on the website and Facebook page.
And I think we need to seal that with a drink.
I think we do. Get
your drinks ready.
Get your drinks ready. Tom, tell us, please, what are you kicking off the show with tonight?
I'm starting off with a local from Springfield Brewing Company. This is the
Springfield. Yes, one of our wonderful towns in Lagerland.
Vintage 2021. It's last year's 5-barrel Zari Night. It is an imperial stout that's aged in 5 different barrels, then blended together.
Nice.
That's a beautiful thing. Sounds like a beautiful thing.
There's one I had left from last year.
What I'm going to start off with, and this is another one of my rants, is that that is pretty, and in proper glassware too. I love it. But
I'm no first of May.
Another one of my rants is that we're going to celebrate holiday beers today on the show. This is our holiday beer show. But I'm one of those that holiday doesn't start until Thanksgiving's over. So
I agree with you, but I get in,
we got to start there. But so in keeping with that, I'm drinking a Turkey Town from Untied Brewing here in New Jersey. And John's got it right there, New Providence Brewing. So that's where I'm starting with. John, where are you starting?
Hold on one second. Speak amongst yourselves, please.
Well, what are you doing there, John?
I have to answer somebody here.
John's getting some text. John, this is the problem when you're a brewery owner. is you've got to keep this stuff going.
You can't stop. All right, so here's the deal. All right, as longtime listeners of the show will know, or may know, or should know.
Oh, everybody, if you pay close attention right now, because John is about to break a decades-long tradition.
That's very true. Very true.
No, it's not.
Very true.
This is serious. He is breaking a decades-long tradition right now.
So what I always do now, of course, one of my favorite, and you'll find out later, and if you don't know already, or now and later when we do the top three, one of my favorite holiday beers of all time every year, traditionally, is Sierra Nevada Celebration. All right, fresh hop IPA. All right, my tradition is once the turkey's in the oven, once I get up early on Thanksgiving morning, get the turkey all cleaned, get it all prepped, get it ready to go, get it in the oven. Once it's in the oven, I figure it gets in the oven probably 8:30ish, maybe a little before. All right. Clean up, have a little bit of breakfast, and then as I sit down and turn the parade on at 9 o'clock, I crack my first Sierra Nevada Celebration. That's my tradition every year. And I will be doing that this year, but this year, just for you, the first one is not going to be on Thanksgiving morning. It's going to be right now.
Here we go.
And in honor of Lagerland.
And in honor of Lagerland, I will be having an ale.
This fledgling nation of ours.
There you go. Pouring it. I'm pouring it in a glass with a wave on it.
We have our product placement from our sponsor.
There you go.
We've got our contractual obligation over with.
Got to take Got to take the first obligatory picture of the year.
There we go.
Of that can. And gentlemen, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Launch it.
Oh, wow!
John's going to need a moment.
Just give me a minute.
He's going to need a moment. It's been.
I normally get that, with a lot of food smells going around, happening in the morning, and the parade, of course, on TV. And look at me; I'd be remiss if I didn't do this. I still have Dave's up there. Celebration now. There we go. So
there you go.
Chico, California.
Chico,
but. Not Chico,
not Chico Resch.
Not Chico Resch, Chico, California. So anyway, this beer is amazing. Look, if there is anybody out there that hears this or sees this podcast that has never had this beer, what are you waiting for? Go get it, drink it, please. You would think I have something to do with Sierra Nevada. I don't. This beer is. And this is probably one of the only ales that's going to be allowed in Lagerland. So,
no, ales are allowed as well.
No, and in the royal aspect of Lagerland.
The royal aspect.
I see. There you go. Anyway, all right.
So not all beers are created equal.
Not all beers are created equal. No.
Anyway,
yes, yeah, they should be, but they are. But
remember,
all beers are created equal. Some prefer others over others.
This is correct.
There we go.
And Gene,
how about that?
Gene dubbed one of the mottos of the show "Lager's Life," but we are expanding it tonight to "Ale is always Lager's life." There we go.
And what was the end of the?
So say us all.
So say us all.
Oh, say us all.
So say us all.
Ale is always
Lager's life.
Lager's life. So say us all.
all.
Okay. All right. Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't put this up. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Gobble gobble with the turkey. This is our holiday beer show.
Welcome to the holiday beer show.
Welcome to the holiday beer show. We're going to be drinking holiday beers tonight. We're going to be talking about holiday beers tonight. Our top 3 list about holiday beers tonight. But we will also be talking about holiday cocktails, holiday food, holiday movies, holiday TV shows, certain episodes, holiday music.
Especially the shirt that John's wearing.
And yes, so let's just not. We're going to go to TV shows right now. But now that they
we'll
brought it up.
Yes, yes.
I brought it up. I didn't see it.
And the second I saw it, what did I say?
It's the first annual WKRP Thanksgiving Day
turkey drop.
Turkey drop right there.
Turkey drop.
And underneath it says, if you can read it, as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. There you go.
One of the greatest lines ever spoken.
Oh man, that was brilliant.
You can't really see it, but right here it says, Radio personality Les Nessman reporting live. Right here. It says it right there.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, the humanity. That's great.
They're plummeting from the sky.
It's just, that show. Man. Anyway, all right, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's talk about beers. Let's chat about beers.
Beer. Oh, that's right. We're in a beer show.
We're in a beer show. So, all right. So, our first question, and we've asked this of Tom like years ago. So we don't. The first question is always, "What's the first craft beer you had?" We're gonna do something we've never done. What's the first that you can remember? What's your earliest memory of drinking a Christmas beer, a Christmas ale?
Oh my Lord, that's a tough question. Yeah, wow. It's specifically Christmas. Wow. Not sure.
I know mine. It's probably the same exact one as John's.
Well, it would probably be the one you just had in your hand, but I couldn't tell you the year.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah.
At mine, and more than likely John's, was Harpoon's Winter Warmer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because John and I grew up in the same region. We're about the same age. We're only about a year off.
Mm-hmm.
And we had access to the same beers. So that's why our first this, first that, first everything tends to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
First kiss wasn't.
First kiss was not the same.
No, definitely not.
Oh, no, you know what? I got to change my answer now that I've had time to think about it. So in 1987, I moved from California to Western Washington, Bellingham, to be specific,
Okay.
about 30 minutes from the Canadian border. It's the first time I had Red Hook, and I had the Winter Hook.
Oh, I don't think I ever had Winter Hook.
I've had Winter Hook.
No, I never had Winter Hook.
So that would probably be the first in about 87 or 88.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
But it was definitely Harpoon Winter Warmer. That was definitely my first. Although a short, it was definitely around the same time. Harpoon was definitely first, but the winter ale from
oh, wait a second.
from Samuel Smith's winter ale.
Yeah.
Actually, there may have been one before Winter Warmer.
What's that?
Pete's Wicked Winter.
I never had Pete's Wicked Winter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was such a good beer.
Never had it.
Such a good beer.
That would have been more about the mid-90s, right?
And if that was the mid-90s, then
Pete's Wicked Winter would have been at the earliest 91, 92.
Yeah,
okay, then it's Harpoon.
94.
Then it's Harpoon's Winter Warmer.
Mine was in the 80s, so it was definitely.
I was thinking about 94 is when I had that beer, but it's all a little blurry.
And if you guys know our ages and can do the math, that we just admitted we drank underage.
No, everything I said was I was over 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but in any event, so good. That's cool. Very, very, very good. There's so many out there, though. I actually was in the other day. I was in, in my business, right, in my line of work, if you will. I'm in beer stores, liquor stores, quite often. And I was in a couple over the last couple of days. I've been in a few. There was, as usual, but it seems even more than the last couple of years, at least anyway, right? So many Christmas ales and winter ales, and a bunch of new ones. I saw probably at least 4 or 5 new styles. Bought a couple already.
styles,
Christmas ale styles from breweries that we know.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha. I thought you meant they're coming out with
like for instance, Omegang has a new Christmas ale. It's a I forgot the name of it already. It's a Belgian strong blonde with winter spicing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I forget the name of it. It'll come to me and I'll tell you. But Omegang has a new one. Victory has a new one. Flying Dog, I think, has a new one. Yeah, there's a few out there, but Southern Tier rebranded their. I think they rebranded it.
Is it called Floating Holiday, John?
No, from Omegang.
It's an old. No, that's. No. Oh, you said Omegang. I pulled up Allagash.
There you go. Just while you look for that, Doug Smith just chimed in. He said Pete's Wicked Winter was the brown ale with the addition of raspberry. Nice. Nice. I never had it. I never had Pete's Wicked Winter. So you know what we're going to have to do, Dave?
Well, Adoration's been out, hasn't it?
Hey, Douglas, if you're still listening, I was thinking it was about 94, but I don't know if I'm right on the year. You would have a better recollection, most likely.
But Brewery Ommegang has a Christmas beer called Adoration.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, Everything Nice.
Everything Nice.
That's the new one. There it is.
Well,
yeah, no,
it's a Belgian strong golden ale with cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, and white pepper.
Sounds about right.
I got a 4-pack of it downstairs, and I will probably have one next week on the show.
Very nice. Oh, I've got some interesting stuff to drink on the show next week that we found up. Like if you are in North Jersey, even if you're in South Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, or Connecticut, the liquor store in Boonton is a place you need to get to.
Oh yeah.
What they carry there is insane. If it comes to New Jersey, it is on that beer wall or in their chill chest. One of the two.
And on I guess it's the December 20th show. On the December 20th show, the last show before Christmas.
Yeah,
I will be drinking these 4 beers. Right,
all 4 of them. There you go. That's
let's do this.
Mm-hmm. So right there.
So it's funny that you're showing a 4-pack with the glass because that might be a precursor to something later on in the show.
This is true. This is very true. So anyway, all right. Yeah, Doug hasn't come back yet. I think it was it was definitely, well, like I said, the earliest it could have been was 91, 92. I got a feeling you're probably right though with the 94.
Yeah, I can't remember if I had it 94 or 95, but I think at 94.
Yeah, but yeah, there's so many out there right now, and
oh gosh,
I'll probably go out next week and pick up a handful more, and that'll get me through into January anyway. So,
my beer fridge is bursting at the gills. I've got beer actually sitting outside the fridge right now, which I don't like to do. It's sitting along the side of it. I need to drink more and get this in there, though my doctor would disagree with me.
And I have my my one cabinet here. I got all my cabinets downstairs, but I have my one cabinet here in the office with all specifically Christmas ales, like that I'm saving, like, you know, for verticals, if you will, like at least a couple of years. Right, there's a couple bottles here and a couple of cans there, but all higher ABV stuff, of course. Anyway, and it's cool in here if you're asking. So anyway, right on. Doug said, "Right on, Tom. 93 or later it was."
Oh, so, gotcha. All right, that's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure.
Yeah. So Dave, I was thinking. So Doug said it was the brown ale.
Yep.
The nut brown ale with raspberry.
Yeah. So it's just basically Pete's Wicked with raspberry.
Might have to make that.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be brilliant.
Might have to make that.
You got to start coming up with some coastal names, like Snow on the Dunes or something like that.
Yeah, there's a couple that we have written down already. We have a running list of about, I think we're up to about, honestly, over 70 names already.
Nice.
Yeah. And we have even more recipes than that, but names wise, we have over 70. So
nice.
Anyway, cool. All right. Look, we're going to be talking about beers all night. We're going to be talking about beers later. We're going to be drinking beers all night. Yeah. Let's jump into cocktails, because last year, Tom, you were on the show, but you weren't on. This is our 3rd annual holiday beer show that we're doing the day before, or 2 days before Thanksgiving, if you will, Thanksgiving week.
Yeah. The Tuesday of Thanksgiving. It's always 2 days before Thanksgiving.
It's always 2 days before Thanksgiving every year. But this is your first of these shows, but we did a holiday cocktail show with you last year. So let's talk about holiday cocktails for a minute.
All right.
All right. What are some of your favorite holiday cocktails?
Well, you know me. I mean, I'm all about the Manhattan or various versions of. So, when last year you had mentioned your maple old fashioned, I kind of turned it into a maple Manhattan.
Right.
So because I like my drink straight up, I don't want the ice in it. So it really turned out more like a Manhattan. But so I found those black walnut bitters that you had, and I used them for quite a while. I still have some left. But recently I found cherry bitters. So I've been using cherry bitters to do holiday cocktails. So I've been doing various versions of a cherry Manhattan, and then I'm going to do one for the holidays, incorporating some ocean spray, cranberry, black cherry juice in place of the sweetness.
Okay.
And you play Fleetwood Mac when you're mixing it, right?
Of course. You have to.
So I like to play with different versions of it, but to me, it's I love the Manhattan. I don't make an old fashioned from times when I do make my old fashioned. I tend to make my own simple syrup. I use raw sugar, and then for the holidays, sometimes I'll infuse some spice into it and different things.
Nice, very nice, very nice. I like that too. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but Knob Creek, of course, you know Knob Creek.
Yeah, absolutely.
They came out with a smoked maple bourbon.
Oh yeah, that's a great whiskey. Right. Yeah.
So I've been wanting to make an old fashioned with the smoked maple bourbon and my black walnut bitters.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
But I also want to go find these cherry bitters now that you've gotten too, and
do
the same thing. Make an old fashioned with it.
It just kind of feels holiday with those cherry bitters,
right? Yeah. But do the same thing. Make an old fashioned with the smoked maple bourbon from Knob Creek with the cherry bitters too.
So I still have a little bit. Last year, when you mentioned that, I went and found some Whistle Pig maple syrup aged in rye whiskey barrels. I've got about this much left in that little bottle. So that's going to be my holiday cocktail. That syrup is not going on pancakes. It's not going on waffles. It's going to be cocktails.
That's just for cocktails. Absolutely.
I've got to figure out a new holiday cocktail. Because every year I do the same thing. It's not technically a cocktail, but I do my eggnog. Mm-hmm. I've already got the bottle of amaretto this year. I use amaretto in the eggnog. I know traditional is bourbon and all kinds of whiskeys, and you get people that brag about, there's 12 different whiskeys in this. Like, why? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I agree. The simple is better.
Yep.
Yeah. Why would you put 12 whiskey? One whiskey's fine. That's all you need in there.
One good whiskey, yeah, you got to stay there.
And because it's in an eggnog, how are you going to tell that there's 12?
You're right though. I love amaretto in an eggnog.
Amaretto in an eggnog for me is perfect. And the great thing about that,
does it matter to you, or do you put Di Serrano in it?
Doesn't matter to me.
All right.
It doesn't matter to me. There's one that's like in a more contoured bottle that I like. It's like about $5 cheaper. Mm-hmm. And the way I go through it during the holidays, it actually makes a bit of a difference.
I gotta tell you, there's one out there. I needed amaretto for a recipe, and I just wanted to grab a bottle. I had my Di Serrano. I didn't want to use Di Serrano in a recipe, right? So I went out
what it costs, yeah.
Right, yeah. So I was in a liquor store, and there was like $10 or $11 bottle of it was like amaretto. Right. It's a roundish bottle.
Yeah. No, that's not the one I have. The one I
have.
No,
I'm just saying. But I'll tell you, I just bought it specifically for the recipe. I figured even if I dump the rest, right, at least I'm not wasting like a $40 bottle of amaretto.
Yeah.
But I just for shits and giggles, I had a little of it on ice.
Right.
It was. I mean, for a $10 bottle of amaretto, it wasn't bad. It wasn't Di Serrano by any means, but it was drinkable. It wasn't bad,
Well, the one I get's actually pretty damn drinkable. I forget the name of it, and I'm gonna look it up rather than go over to the.
Well, I'll tell you something I did different last year with eggnog was traditionally I've always used bourbon. Actually, traditionally it's a rum and brandy mix, but I've always used bourbon for the most part.
I usually put brandy in it all the
time. But I tried something different last year, and because I had some Laird's 10th generation apple brandy. Mm-hmm. So I used that in place, and man, I tell you what, that was outstanding.
Laird's is a New Jersey product.
Laird's is literally about 10 miles from where I'm
sitting. Is that right? Yeah. I didn't know that, yeah.
So the bottle that you had, John.
Believe it or not.
The bottle you had is called D'Amore.
D'Amore,
right?
Yeah.
And the one that I get is called Gozio.
Okay.
Gozio.
You've been to Italy more recently than I have, so
yeah, it's Bigozio, and that one's actually it's not that much cheaper than Di Serrano, but it's cheap enough. But the D'Amore, I have to try that.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a huge investment, and it's completely drinkable.
And the other thing I use amaretto for. So anybody who makes cocoa,
especially if you're gonna put it in, especially like I said, especially gonna put it in an
a recipe, a drink.
Right.
But anybody who makes cocoa from scratch with the Dutch processed cocoa,
right?
You know, high fat, low fat, however, whichever way you like it. I like it with the high fat, of course, because I've got high fat. You know that getting cocoa to be absorbed by milk takes a ton of whisking and a very strong rest, right? The way around that, put that into the pan, put your cocoa into the pan first, then pour the amaretto into it. It just blends and melts right into the amaretto. Then you can add your milk and it'll dissolve right into it. Yeah, it just works beautifully.
That's interesting.
And then you get a nice hazelnut flavor into your almond flavor into your cocoa. It's fantastic. I love doing it that way. Saves all the wear and tear on the wrists from all that whisking. It's really good. I recommend doing it that way.
I like that. I'm gonna have to try that. That's awesome. I gotta try that. Take notes, people. Take notes.
Yes.
Take notes.
A lot of wisdom, and Tom's not the only purveyor of wisdom tonight.
No. Let me throw this up. We're about three comments now behind from Doug commenting in. So Doug said Tom's cream sherry riff replacing vermouth is very clever.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
He also said, I was just catching up on some Doug comments. Here goes. He also said, Guinness has an old-fashioned ale aged in bourbon barrels with orange and cherry. It's amazing. Retailing for $20 4-pack.
I haven't seen that in my neck of the woods, man.
I haven't seen that yet. Yeah,
I'll have to pick that up. I'll give that a try. Why not?
Yeah.
That's awesome. An old-fashioned ale. They Founders did something similar to that too. And you know what else Founders did too?
They called it it was bottled after an old fashioned.
It was bottled after an old fashioned.
Yeah.
But you know what they did too? I just saw it today. It was French toast bastard.
Oh, I saw that, but I haven't seen it in stores. I saw that.
I saw it today. I didn't. I'm gonna pick a 4-pack up of that next week. Nice. It's cinnamon, vanilla, and maple, dirty bastard.
So, my God!
Aged in bourbon barrels. So bourbon barrel.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna have to break down and get a 4-pack of that. So.
Yeah, and Dirty Bastard's not a bad beer whatsoever.
Not really. Doug also goes on to comment, Laird's is New Jersey company, produced in Virginia.
It was originally produced in New Jersey. The Laird's was a family. Speaking Declaration of Independence, Laird's was a family in revolutionary times, New Jersey, and they were all patriots.
Yep.
Not New England Patriots, the football team, but they were not Tories. And if you go through a lot of the old cemeteries throughout New Jersey, you'll see Laird's everywhere.
Yeah, you go to the one up. What's the one? It's off of Route 9, going up towards. It's in. Well, I mean, it's in Freehold. I'm just trying to think of the name of the section. I mean, Freehold is like half of Monmouth County, and there's 19 sections of the town.
No, it's only about a quarter. Middletown is half of Monmouth County.
Yeah.
Middletown's huge, but Freehold's got a nice chunk of the rest of it, and that's where Monmouth Battlefield is in part of Freehold.
Yeah.
You're talking about Manalapan?
No. It's the cemetery that's off of Monmouth Battlefield. It's not in Monmouth Battlefield. It's off of Monmouth Battlefield. So.
Okay, so you're not too far from Cream Ridge there. You're not too far from Manalapan there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so Laird's is in. It was in the Scobeyville section of Freehold, and more. And we've talked about that and what Carton did with their with the Applejack barrels, but yes, now it's produced in Virginia. But quick fun fact, if you will, Laird's, before the craft distilling revolution started in New Jersey 9 years ago, in 2013, of which we know the people that actually started it again. But we're good friends with them. But they wound up getting the first liquor distilling license, craft distilling license in New Jersey since before Prohibition. The most recent one given out in New Jersey before theirs 9 years ago was Laird's.
Yeah.
And then Doug said he'll shut up now.
Nah, you're not.
Never shut up, Doug.
Keep them coming, Doug.
Keep them coming.
So all this talk about these Christmas. Okay, so I'm done with Thanksgiving. I'm going to move on to Christmas now.
I finished mine too. Just want to throw the glass up there again. See, there.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Look at the lacing on that, by the way.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Gotta love it.
So, look at the color of this thing. It's actually redder than the camera's picking up because we're getting a reflection off of it.
So why don't you tell everybody what it is?
So this is a cranberry apple cinnamon lager. It's called Holly Dots by Toppling Goliath. It is a special edition, limited release.
Is it Holly Dots or Holodots?
Holodots? Holy Dots?
Oh, it's like holiday, Holodots.
Holodots? Holodots. I
don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't know. Why, how could I know as much? I know as much as you do.
Gotcha.
But this is so with all these flavors we've been talking about, all these holiday flavors, it was time to move on to this puppy.
There you go. Tom, are you cracking a second beer there?
Yeah, here's what I got. That's what it looks like.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
That is very pretty.
Here's what it is, though. Another one from Springfield Brewing Company is their Scotch Seltzer Mug Club release. So here's the thing. They don't sell this beer. They only make a small amount, and they give each Mug Club member a 6-pack and then put the rest on tap, and that's it. They don't sell it.
Nice.
And I've got one beer left after popping this one. It is 8%, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
No, 7%. I'm wrong. 7%.
7. Gotcha. And it is
a Scotch ale, right?
Yeah.
No, is there a name of it? I'm saying a name.
No, it's a Scotch. It's a Mud Club Scotch ale. Yeah.
Mud Club Scotch ale. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
This beer's dangerous. This wow. It's almost like Bartles and James fruit,
really?
Wine spritzer.
Where did you find that? I'd like to get some. So.
What mention him? Booton.
Oh, you got it, liquor outlet.
Yeah, liquor outlet in Booton. My God, the things that you can find there.
I actually got to go up there next Tuesday, so stop by.
Hopefully, there's some of it left.
Which we got my second beer, the aforementioned Harpoon Winter Warmer.
Harpoon Winter
There
Warmer.
it is.
There you go.
Oh, the label's all white this year. Green. It's usually green with the white triangle, diamond, whatever.
Square if you turn it on the side.
Yeah, but you'll spill your beer if you do that.
Well, this is true. Well, you turn it on the side without, before you open it. So, pour that in my
I'm not that clever.
My treehouse. I'm pouring it in my treehouse tulip.
No, yeah, this is my shilling lager glass.
There you go.
Because I figured
I am using yet another Springfield Brewing glass.
How many Springfield Brewing glasses do you have there, Tom?
Well, I've got 2 of this type, and I've got 3 mugs or 4 mugs, and I've got one. It's a small Pilsner glass. It works as a 2.5-ounce shot glass.
There you go.
There's the Winter Warmer right there.
That's what it looks like.
There you go. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Well, then I think I probably have
Happy holiday.
Happy holidays. Oh, so that's
Christmas bells are ringing. Happy
good beer.
holidays.
That's a good beer. That's a tasty beer. All right.
I think I might have more carton glasses than you have Springfield glasses then.
You might.
Yeah,
You might.
yeah, I think I might.
I bet you I have more Coastal Brewers glasses.
That's true. I got 4 mugs. I'll have 5 mugs after the first of the year when I pick up the 2022 mug. I've got these 2. I've got a couple pint glasses.
I cut my Coastal Brewworks glass collection in half with a dishwashing accident.
Oh no!
And I told Carrie, "Well, I'm sorry, I broke your glass."
There you go.
So who do you have to know to get one of those glasses?
Some guy. I'll have to give him a call.
Yeah, Tom.
Who do I got?
Don't talk.
By the way,
do I have to kiss to get a glass?
See, there's one right here sitting on the desk every day. It doesn't move. It sits right here, right here,
right there,
right there.
It's a prop. That's all it is. Right there. Anyway, we're actually making a couple of the glasses too. We're making the
please make one of these. Please make one of these.
You know what? Let's put it this way: we will make them, but we will make them when we open and we have lucre taps to pour our lagers in. All right,
because right now it's not lucrative to do so.
It's not lucrative to do that. Exactly.
You see what I did there?
I see what you did there. But no, we're making some tulips and some other stuff too, so we'll have them.
Awesome.
But anyway. All right. A couple other things on cocktails. Just even.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about cocktails.
Even liqueurs. All right. There's one that it's one of Jess's favorite liqueurs, especially to get around the holidays. Have you ever had it? It's Ferretti's biscotti liqueur. Have you ever had that?
No, I have not.
It's not had that.
So ridiculously good. And it's one of those liqueurs that you can literally sit there and just keep drinking it, and
the bottle's gone.
Get drunker and drunker and drunker, and not even realize it, and then the bottle's empty.
Oh goodness.
The one liqueur that I've always wanted to get during the holidays, I never remember to do it because I think it would make a fantastic cocktail if you use the right bitters, the right supporting ingredients. Would be Pimm's.
Okay.
Right, No. Sorry, Boggs. Pimm's is the pomegranate.
Pimm's is pomegranate. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Boggs. Boggs is the cranberry liqueur.
Okay.
Okay. I haven't seen that. Okay.
I don't know if they still make it.
I'm not a big liqueur guy.
I haven't seen either of them in a while.
No, I see Pimm's all the time.
I haven't seen Pimm's in a while.
Pimm's is still out.
And I haven't seen Boggs in even longer than that.
Pimm's here.
No, I don't think they make Boggs anymore. But there are many distilleries that do make it. So,
well, they'll make their own cranberry liqueur.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not Boggs. It's cranberry liqueur. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot.
No. Boggs is still being produced. Oh, the bottle's fancy now.
Oh, look at that.
But I love that big wooden stopper that it used to have.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, they've made it a little sleeker, a little nicer. So I'm going to have to find me some Boggs to make a. So Tom, if you had a cranberry liqueur,
okay,
what would you do with it? Would you now? One thing obviously would be to use it rather than the vermouth in a Manhattan.
Yeah, that'd be my first.
That's the obvious.
Yeah, I would definitely try it in a man. But I need to know the acidity level, the sweet, because you got to have that right balance of both. That's why sweet vermouth works in a Manhattan. You got the sweetness, but you have the acidity. That's why the cream sherry works, because again, you've got that balance of the acidity level. So as long as that cranberry liqueur wasn't too tart, you had to have that. You got to have that right balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did that. If you recall, Tom, on that the one Friday night show that you did when I bopped on, I did a Manhattan with Amaro and bourbon.
Yeah, so I've been doing, I've done that too since, because I have that J. Rigger's Cafe Amaro, so it's an Amaro that's infused with coffee, and I use that, and boy, that makes it nice. I don't know that it's technically still a Manhattan, in all honesty, but it does make a very nice.
It's a beer whisperer type cocktail.
It makes a very nice digestive though, because you've got the whiskey, you've got the Amaro, the coffee. It's just a perfect after dinner cocktail.
Yep.
The way I look at it, if they can call a chocolate martini a martini,
you can call it a Amaro Manhattan.
Yes,
an Amar Hatton.
Well, let me show you guys. I haven't opened this bottle yet. I didn't know if we're doing any liquor tonight, so I didn't open it yet.
I'm planning on doing a little after.
I may have something.
I picked up 2 of these back in September when my wife and I took a little anniversary trip.
Oh, please, you're not going to twerk on the show.
But the reason I brought this out was it's Kraftwerk, Copper and Key's Kraftwerk brandy,
it's not
the way you were holding the bottle and the way it was lighting. All we could say was twerk.
In 4 hands Scar vanilla barrel.
Kraftwerk, not twerk.
Not craft
twerk.
Okay, work with me, guys. All right.
We got Tom
I actually made several versions of a Manhattan using the first bottle of this. That worked absolutely brilliant. Because you've got those big imperial stout notes, you've got a lot of vanilla running through the brandy. It just changes it up completely.
Yeah, I can imagine. Wow.
So if you do some liquor, I'm going to open this for you guys because I haven't opened the bottle yet.
Right, well, I'll show you this too. This is I haven't opened this bottle either, and I bought this a little while ago, and I figured this would be the time to do it because it's basically a pre-made old fashioned. Okay, it's a smaller bottle. It's just a 375, So it's an old fashioned made with whiskey with natural flavor from Garden State Distillery in Toms River in New Jersey, right over here.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Okay.
All right. And so I've been wanting to open it. I figured this would be the perfect time to open it because I want a little bit of it. I don't want a lot because I'm drinking 4 beers tonight. And obviously the last couple are going to be a little bit bigger. But I'm drinking 4 beers tonight, but I want a little bit of this. And it's an old fashioned. It's a way to round out the night, so to speak. But because Thursday's Thanksgiving and we eat turkey on Thanksgiving, and turkeys are, birds, if you will, fowl. Okay.
Not the national bird of Lagerland, though.
Not at all. But
this would be the national bird of
this
Lagerland.
might be the national bird of Lagerland, right? Yeah. But the name of this from
It's number one.
Number one. Everybody's number one, right? But this particular old fashioned whiskey from Garden State Distillery in Toms River, New Jersey, is called Proper Cock. So there you go.
Too many jokes. My brain has short circuited.
It's a proper cock.
I feel like
it's a proper cock.
That is one proper cock. I feel like what was it? Beavis on the episode where they told them they couldn't do fire anymore. Anyway,
there you go. So proper.
If we do get there,
I'll be opening my proper cock later.
Oh yeah,
we're all looking forward to seeing it.
All right.
No, when we get there, I'll be partaking of the Basil Hayden Dark Rye.
Basil Hayden.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
So, how do you like that Dark Rye? I guess we could talk more about it later, but
it is. Oh, John's had it. We both got it on the recommendation of Matt Patensky.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the smoothest ryes you're ever going to drink because they blend it with port.
It's a straight rye blended with a
Canadian whiskey,
Canadian rye whiskey, and port.
So you got your Kentucky rye, your Canadian rye, and port though.
And port.
So it's but that port smooths everything right out.
Everything. You still get the rye spice in there, but it's so smooth, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Are Canadians and Kentuckians compatible? I don't know.
Oh, of course they are.
Sure, why not?
They both like whiskey, and the Canadians are so damn polite anyway. You've heard of Canadian bathroom wall graffiti, right? Your mother is so nice.
Your mother is so nice. Right. And I mean, this is a holiday hat, a Christmas hat, a Santa hat, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, somebody might look at it and think it was a toque.
A toque. Oh, you hoser.
You're a hoser. Take off.
Yeah. I was trying to get that. You're too fast for it.
Well, John and I are still trying to figure out how to work in and a beer into the show. We're going to try to get Geddy Lee on the show to help us out with that.
There you go.
Take
off. All right.
My first arena show, I was 15 years old in 1980, was Rush.
No.
My first arena, it was in Anaheim, California. I was 15 years old. Yeah, 1980.
My first arena show, I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
And John's heard this story before. It was 4 bands. It's called the JFK Jam.
Yep.
The Hooters opened, and a lot of the country has never heard of the band The Hooters. But if you had a huge concert in Philadelphia during the 80s, the Hooters opened every damn show. They opened.
The Hooters were good. I like
the Hooters, but they opened. Like the Hooters. I think they opened 6.
They were kind of a one-trick pony looking back. I mean, they were a bit of a one-trick pony.
They had pretty good. They had about 3 or 4 hits.
Yeah,
but in this area specifically,
every song sounded exactly the same.
Very similar.
Very similar.
There's a couple. I play one whenever I host a trivia night, especially right around Halloween, and I did one this past Halloween. They did one song called "All You Zombies."
Yeah, love it.
And
hit?
Certainly not. Well, no. And we danced was their biggest.
And we danced was I think their biggest national hit, but in this area, "All You Zombies" was the anthem.
Right.
But I really think they would open like 5 shows a night. Mm-hmm. And they just keep moving on from
tour to tour.
Yeah. But no, they opened up. The next that came on was Santana.
Right. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Now this is the number 2 band of 4. Third band was The Clash.
Uh-huh.
You know who the headliner was? The Who.
Oh, my. Wow.
The Hooters,
Santana,
The Clash,
Clash,
and The Who.
The Who.
That is an awesome first concert.
This is my first concert.
I would argue that the Clash should have been playing before Santana, but
I would too as well. But what was interesting was watching the crowd change, because when the Hooters were on, you had all the kids with their their collars popped, but it was like Izods, all Izods. The girls with their leg warmers, right? Everyone's wearing jeans, but that's the way it looked. Then again, when you get to Santana, everyone's wearing jeans. Right. But now you've got peasant shirts, but the girls are wearing like long skirts and stuff like that. There's a lot of unwashed hair and a lot of reefer going around at this point.
There you go.
I'm 15 and someone hands me a joint in red rolling paper, and I look at it and give it to my brother. He looks at it, gives it to the guy next to him. We did not partake because we didn't know what the hell was in there. Then when the Clash come on, you've still got jeans, but now you've got like big work boots, leather jackets, studs, mohawks, and there's still reefer everywhere.
Right.
And then when the Who comes on, it's back to it's still jeans, but we're back to polo shirts and t-shirts and concert shirts and collars not popped. And now that was a hell of a show. But yeah, that's set the bar pretty damn high.
I just came to the realization that I'm must be a few years older than you guys.
Yeah, they're just maybe
one or two.
Just one or two.
The three of us are within 2 or 3 years. The three of us are within 2 or 3 years of each other.
So a lot of it seems like my first arena show was 1982 at Anaheim Stadium, and the four bands playing were in exactly this order. Listen to this: Iron Maiden, Scorpions, Loverboy, and Foreigner.
Oh wow,
that's a great show.
That's another great show.
That's a great show. That was a little weird.
Tom, doing the math, I think that puts you 1 year older than me.
Okay,
and I'm 1 year older than Johnny.
And my first arena show was 1982 as well, and it was actually I kudos to both of you for both of those first arena shows. My first arena show was Journey.
Still very cool.
Greg Kinn opened up.
Oh, they don't ride them like that anymore.
I saw Journey. I saw Journey in 1986, I believe it was.
You raised on radio tour. I saw him on that tour too.
At the Long Beach Arena. And Glass Tiger opened.
Oh my God! I forgot about Glass Tiger. Okay,
no, actually, I Jufria first, then Glass Tiger, then Journey.
There you go.
Okay. Well, we are a drinking show, so we should probably get back to doing some drinking and talking about drinking. And Tom never finished answering my question.
What was that?
So this cranberry liqueur, yes, of course, the first knee-jerk reaction is to try Manhattan. What else would you try with this?
Well, yeah, I would play around with the obvious answer is the old-fashioned Manhattan. You want to start there. Cranberry liqueur, I would definitely try it as a martini as well. You guys know I'm a bit of a cocktail purist, but but here's what I want to do different with a martini. You think gin or you think vodka, but I would use a moonshine product. Do kind of a martini. That gives you a little more flavor to blend that cranberry liqueur into.
See, I like that. Now, I'm thinking my thought to do with it would be something akin to a martini. So let's face it, like your lemon drops, your Rickies, they're just like a martini with fruit. So we're thinking along those lines. I would have done vodka, Pimm's, and some lemon juice. I mean, Boggs and some lemon juice is just enough to brighten it up a little bit. And that's about it. That's what I would have tried.
Well, nice lemon peel garnish.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Or you take a spear, you get a lemon peel twist around the spear with a cranberry on either end of it.
Yep.
There you go.
Nice.
You got a beautiful thing going there.
Very nice. Very nice.
John, what would you do with the cranberry liqueur?
Oh, geez.
Because I know you because John loves his gin.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to call it a martini, but I would probably just mix equal parts of the cranberry liqueur and gin with a little lime.
The lime, yeah.
So I'd call it a cranberry Ricky.
You call it, yeah, you can do that.
That's what I'd call it.
You can do that.
A quickie.
A quickie. A quickie. Nice.
Not a ququickie.
Quickie.
But drink too many quickies, it'll lead into a quickie.
A quickie, yeah. if even at all.
Oh my Lord.
John, I heard someone use the phrase once when I asked about something along those lines. It said it was like trying to push a marshmallow through a keyhole. I've never heard a more accurate description.
There's a local distillery. There's a local distillery in New Jersey. It's up in Passaic County. In fact, I think I still think they pretty sure that they don't do any of their distillation up in Passaic County. I think they still do it out in Kentucky, and they bring it and blend it and bottle it in Passaic County. But one of their titles of one of their whiskeys is Whiskey Dick.
Oh yeah.
How did I know you're going there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've already talked about proper cock, so
exactly. So yeah, I didn't open my proper cock yet.
Alec mentions on this show.
We're gonna break a record. We've already
hold on. Have I showed you my pens? Anyway.
That pen is very nice.
This pen is very nice.
That pen is this long. Anyways,
remember what was it? Celebrity Jeopardy. The penis mightier.
The penis mightier, right?
So I've moved on to my third beer. Trying to get this. Let's try to class up the this podcast a little.
Go for it. And what is your third?
This is not going to class it up. Hopping Frog's Frosted Frog.
Frosted Flakes.
Oh, wow.
So this one, again, got this at Booton. This is, oh, God, that smells nice. It is a Christmas ale. Do they describe the ale on the... So I've moved on to ales now. It's an ale brewed with spices, cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg. So we're sticking with the ginger theme here.
Right.
Moving on to here. But we've moved on to an 8.8% beer. So I'm going to become less and less comprehensible as
reprehensible.
No, I'll always be reprehensible. But I'm not at all indispensable.
No, you're very indispensable.
Well,
I can't think of anybody that would, do what you do.
Oh, you know what this tastes like?
Beer?
It does.
All right.
That's weird. That's a good call. No, actually, what it tastes like is if you took the beer flavor, it made it more of a whiskey flavor. This tastes, which makes a hell of a lot of sense. It tastes like a toddy.
Fair enough.
Because it's cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg. So I usually don't put nutmeg in my toddies, but ginger and cinnamon absolutely go into it.
Nice.
You
know what I haven't had in a while, and you just from you saying toddy, just made me think of it. It just popped into my mind. And it's not necessarily by any means a holiday drink. I mean, it can be, but it's not. And that's but it's certainly a winter drink, and that's a hot buttered rum.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's been a long time since.
One of the few alcoholic drinks my wife will drink every once in a while.
Nice. Dark rum and butter. I mean,
I'll have to try that this year.
I'm gonna have to have one.
But back to the toddy. So Carrie was very sick for about 10 days, and so she's making herself tea with lemon. Some of the tea had ginger in it, whatever. But she's trying to do that. I started to feel the way she started to feel. So first thing I do when I feel any kind of illness is I make a toddy. Right, and if I catch it soon enough, then it kills it. It's done. Mm-hmm. And
you did that a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
Yes, remember?
Yeah.
Remember I said it. I thought Friday I wouldn't be doing anything on Friday because Thursday I was feeling like crap. Mm-hmm. Made myself a toddy. Friday I'm out as if nothing had happened. Mm-hmm. I was feeling great.
I've done that as well. Yeah. But you have to do it at the first sign, right?
Exactly. The very first sign.
The very first something. As soon as you start feeling just a little off is when you got to.
A tickle in your throat. Drink a toddy.
You're right then. Yeah.
Little sniffle. Drink a toddy.
So
it's a day that ends in the word day. Drink a toddy.
That's right.
Any day that ends with the letter Y.
Yes,
that's right.
But so Carrie asked me, she's like, "Well, I've been drinking the tea. The ingredients aren't all that different." She goes, "Other than the whiskey." I said, "Well, here's why. Because it's like you're sitting in the bar, and there's the virus at the bar causing all the damn trouble, and you've got honey there, and the honey's going, well, we should go talk to him. But let's be nice about it. Let's be sweet." And
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there? And then the lemon's like, we can't be that sweet. That's too appealing.
Mm-hmm. I see what you did there.
Yeah, we need a little. We need to be a little more sour.
A little sour, a little bitter.
And the ginger's like, no. Let's get some bite into this. Get some bite in this. And then
let's get a little spicy.
Yeah, get the spicy, and right. And then tea comes and like, well, what are we talking about? Like, we're gonna go over and talk to that guy. And he's like, oh yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be nice. But it's nice and soothing and warming and calming. Mm-hmm. So the same conversations happen between those three talking about the virus. But rather than tea walking in, no, three. Tea's not there.
Oh,
the original three. Rather than tea walking in, now Bourbon walks in. He walks in with his friend Cinnamon Stick. Cinnamon Stick, whose bark is as bad as his bite, or bite is as bad as his bark.
Well, he's on fire today.
And
worked on this monologue.
And he, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't have this written down. This is all off the cuff.
And the Bourbon's like, I got my friends with me. Let's go over and kick the crap out of this asshole. And that's the difference right there. Because Bourbon Bourbon's from the back. They're from backwoods. They're not going to put up with someone at their bar causing trouble with their friends.
No.
They're going to stand up with them. And, he just came in with a big stick. So what are you going to do?
He's got a big stick.
Got a big stick. We said stick.
He's got a big stick.
Yes. Okay. He said stick.
You can't argue.
You were bending over. It was a little blurry.
So
you weren't sure
it's not a proper cock.
Not
a big stick.
It's an improper cock. But anyway, while you guys are on beer number 3, I'm going to hold off a second because I only allotted myself 3 beers because mine were pretty big. I'm going from 9% to 7%. My last beer is at 11. So I'm holding on to that for a brief second.
You got it.
Oh, 11? Oh, wow.
I'm going to open my third.
Before I do that, I'm going to pour myself an ounce and a half.
Oh, no, there you go. And I already know what John has here because I can recognize the top of the damn bottle.
Right there. This year's Merry Christmas and Happy New Year Christmas ale from.
I'm looking very closely to figure out what kind of tree they have on there. Is that a horse chestnut?
Yeah.
It is.
No, it's not. It's a blue gum tree.
Blue gum.
All right, so this is open just the first time for you guys. Here we go. Let me show you the bottle. I'm going to pour an even ounce and a half because I'm going to work tomorrow.
That's you have to twerk when you open that bottle.
That's the twerk juice.
I'm going to pour just an ounce and a half because I've got to work tomorrow.
I don't.
I do, but not in the morning. So, and it's just paperwork. So.
Oh, and tomorrow is a very, very big day in New Jersey for Carton Brewing fans.
So ounce and a half in my snifter here. Again, this is a brandy that's finished in 4 hands, Madagascar Vanilla Imperial Stout barrels.
Very nice.
Very nice. So the big day tomorrow.
Yeah, that is gorgeous, man.
This there's a release that happens every year out of Carton Brewing. It used to happen on Black Friday, but they're starting to do it on Wednesdays now. And they've done it on Wednesday the past 2 days. And from what I understand, it's going to happen. 2
years, not 2 days, 2 years.
2 years, 2 years. And from what I understand, it's happening again this year on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Epitome will be released. This is their.
Oh, wow.
This is their black ale.
Is it Epitome or Epitome?
It depends. No. You can't say no. It's either, yes, it's either Epitome or Epitome. One of the two.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We got some other spam on. We love to announce it. We got some other spam.
Yeah.
On
we're not going to say from
YouTube channel. We're going to say from who, but we have 3.
It's the same thing though with the black heart.
3 messages in a row: a black heart, a pink heart, and then nothing. Hot girls are waiting here. So Yeah, we're going to be blocking. We're going to be blocking this user. Bye, Sia.
Hey, but you know what? At least we're starting to get spam in English now.
There you go.
We were getting it in Cyrillic. Right. Cyrillic letters. So it was in Russian. It was it was hilarious. But yeah, we're getting English.
And who doesn't like hot Russian girls?
Right there. Cheers. There you go. Cheers.
No, I've saved this one. I've got a 2020. So a Saturday was Mother's Brewing cellar sale. So where you can go.
Yeah, we saw that.
So I picked up a 4-pack of their 2020. So I thought I'd pop one with you guys. But
very, very nice.
And it's a big one at 11%.
John, how's Anchors this year?
You know what? I gotta wait till about the 4th or 5th sip because I'm coming off of the Harpoon Winter Warmer, so I just want to make sure.
The one thing about here's the thing about the Anchor beers. They change every year. They change up the recipe a little bit. The base beer is the same. Or you smell? What are you getting? Soap?
No, I just want to make sure I wasn't. No,
I was like, why are you smelling the glass? Not the bottle, but the glass.
No, I'm keep talking.
So what? They change it up every year. Some years they usually have some, they might have some evergreen in it. They change up the spicing, but it's always, a nice brown or dark amber with some good spicing in it. And every year, every year they tend to age very well.
They age very well, yeah.
Some of them are fantastic out of the gate. And will age well and get better. Some are fantastic out of the gate and will probably stay around there. Some of them, and I get the feeling that we may have one this year, where the initial opening is not all that. But if you give the thing 2 or 3 years, then everything will begins to coalesce, and you'll find that you'll like it better in a couple of years or so.
The flavor's delicious.
Oh, okay. So, but what are you getting? You've got a look of consternation on your face.
Yeah, I mean, no, I know.
And consternation is not a new country. Consternation is not a new country we invented.
I know it's
constipation.
I know that's a country all on of its own. But I know it's not the glass because I hand wash this glass myself, and I know how to wash a glass. So, but
he did run a bar for a day or two,
1 or 2, maybe 3,
maybe 3.
But yeah, there's an interesting. I'm trying to think. It's not bad by any means. I'm trying to pick it out though. The aromas. There's something in the aroma that's it's not bad by any means, but it's different. And I'm trying to pick out what it is.
Is it maybe their evergreen edition this year?
I mean, it very well likely could be the tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Because sometimes it's spruce, sometimes it's pine.
But I get any of that flavor that I would get in the nose, in the flavor, and it's delicious. But yeah, I would say that this is gonna benefit from sitting. I mean, I'll have another 1 or 2 of these, but then the rest of them I'll sit on.
Yeah, I haven't found it yet this year, but I got to grab it because I missed it last year. And I'm pissed at myself for missing it because I had a vertical going up until last year.
I have.
Oh yeah.
I have a Magnum from 6 years ago. So at some point that will be opened, but I can't open it myself. I'm not drinking 50 ounces of Anchor Christmas in one sitting anyway. So
well, just invite Tom and I over. We'll take care of that in a few minutes.
Yeah, well, I think we'll do it at like a Christmas party at, I don't know, maybe a brewery or something like that at some point.
That's a possibility. If only we knew a brewery that would allow us to do that.
Yeah, something like that. But in any event, so yeah, no, it's definitely drinkable. It's the flavor is delicious. There's just something, and it's probably something from the tree. It's probably something from the evergreen they use.
And when you add something like that, sometimes it takes a little bit to incorporate itself in.
Yeah, it's different, but you know the story. I think Tom, you know the story too. We did a vertical 9 years ago, 2013. We did a vertical, an 18-year vertical. We did from 96 through 2013, an 18-year vertical of Anchor Christmas, and I got to be honest with you, the best year of all 18 was 98. So a 15-year-old beer was the best of the of the 18 of them.
That's good. I don't think my vertical goes back that far. No, my vertical only goes back into the 90s.
Yeah, that was definitely good.
So.
But anyway, so it's delicious. Let's continue. All right, let's talk about some food.
All right,
food.
Food.
We've got the biggest food holiday coming up, don't we?
We have the biggest food holiday coming up, and
I'm as big a foodie as I am a fan of the alcoholic beverage. So.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't say at this particular point in time that this holiday, in just coming up in 27 and a half hours roughly, is my favorite holiday of the year.
It is mine too.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the year. It's everything that Christmas is without all of the stupidness and craziness, right?
Without all the commercialism.
There you go. That's what we're going to say. Without all the commercialism, right?
And without Mariah Carey.
And this is true. Well, look, you gotta resign yourself to the fact that you're going to hear that song at least 30 times over the next month.
Not if you don't turn the damn. If you stay out of every store, stay out of every store.
Never turn on the radio anymore.
No, you just want to hibernate for a month. You won't hear it. But other than that, you're going to hear it.
Well, I know you guys have heard me tell this story time, and so I don't want to beleaguer the point, but you guys know we lost our son Seamus to cancer, and this was his favorite holiday. Him and I would plan the menu for literally months. I mean, it was a big thing for him. So we would, the last few years, it kind of, some years are better than others. This year, both my wife and I are kind of struggling a little bit, but we do enjoy Thanksgiving more so than Christmas, although I love what Christmas should be about, but although it doesn't seem to be about that. But Thanksgiving is special for us because and this year's just going to be her and I. So it's just about not preparing an elaborate meal, just a nice meal for the two of us.
Right.
That's nice. Right. And I would be remiss if we did not mention, speaking of loss, Shadow.
Well, see, that's another thing. Shadow was my, I mentioned, Shadow was my cat soulmate, right? We had Shadow for 15 years. She was almost 16. When Shadow was a kitten, she wasn't that typical snuggly kitten, right? She hated everybody. I mean, attacked them with a vengeance, except me. She only liked me for some reason, and we never quite could figure out what that was. At that time, there was a 2000 ice storm in Springfield, Missouri here, and we weren't in our house. We were staying at this, like extended stay place. And then we had steps going up to the bedroom, and she would wait till I was going to bed at night, and then you'd see those little cat legs going up the stairs, trying to catch up to me, and then she'd hop in bed and snuggle right between the wife and I. And then we went to get Shadow fixed along with 3 other cats. The whatever they are, the assistants were bringing the cats back out to me after we got them fixed. And it's, these cats are so sweet. These cats are so sweet. These cats are so sweet. And the 4th one is bringing Shadow out, holding her like this, like Bill the cat. and I kind of chuckled. She says, "Oh, no, this cat's not like the other ones." And I started laughing. She says, "No, I'm serious." I said, "No, watch this." And I went like this, and that cat hopped in my arms and started purring. That girl just shook her head and walked away and said nothing. So this cat is not, and that was Shadow's story. This cat is not like the others. Yeah. But something happened about 5 years ago, and I don't know what it was. And she went from being the meanest cat on the planet to the happiest cat on the planet. She loved the grandkids, loved everybody, just snuggled with everybody. But the last 3 weeks, I think she knew something was happening because she got even more clingy. Every time I was in the room, she'd be up on my lap. And anyway, I know I've talked a long time, so I want to wrap this up. But thanks, guys, for bringing it up, because that's another thing that makes this particular Thanksgiving a little rough, because grief compounds, right? The loss of Shadow brought up the loss of our son Seamus again, and grief doesn't stand alone; it compounds.
Oh yeah, no,
but for your loss,
yes.
Yeah, sorry for running along there. I know I was going long, but I get on.
No, if
all right.
I wouldn't have brought it up otherwise.
No. All right. No, absolutely. No, please. I mean, look, we all
have lost pets.
And
the worst thing about dogs and cats, the only bad thing about them is that they just don't live long enough.
Yeah.
Right. That's the worst thing. But
well,
the way I look at it, they leave room for you to open your heart to another one.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm struggling with that, to be honest, because we've talked about that. We've got one cat left, Eddie. So Eddie is kind of bonded with my wife, but Eddie was Seamus's cat. So the loss of Eddie is going to be the hardest of all.
Right.
And Eddie is 15 as well. So
well, you give them nice long lives, don't you, Tom?
we try really hard. Yeah.
That was probably the longest cat I ever had, and I can't even say that I had the cat. Right?
Wait a second. You mean the period you had the cat was long? The cat wasn't long.
It was the longest cat I ever had. It's like the dachshund of
it was like the fucking weasel. I tell you, this cat was long. It was a fucking weasel.
Yeah, I think you may have had a ferret, John.
Right. It was a ferret, right? Yeah. But no, this cat Rascal, right? Rascal. And whatchamacallit, it was our cat for the longest time, and then of course it stayed when we got divorced, but it stayed with the kids and everything else. And then I saw it, whatever. But when it was 16, cat lived to 16, but it was the most not that, all right, I'll say this, not that this happened, but I'm making a point in this. Like, kids could pull the cat's ears and tail, and it would sit there and let them do it, and then lick.
That's unlike a cat.
Yeah. So they didn't do that. I'm just saying that's how docile and how loving this cat was. It was an amazing cat. Absolutely. So that one was hard, but there was other, and there's other pets, but let's digress.
We need to brighten this up a bit, right?
Let's digress. Tom, give me a digress. Come on.
So there was anyway. I once knew this girl in Tijuana.
Not that far. Not that far.
Bring it back a little. Dial it back.
This girl can suck the chrome off a trailer hitch. I'm telling you what. Anyway,
that was one of my favorite scenes in Mars Attacks.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, it was no. I'm sorry. It was a basketball where she had the chrome all.
It was
around
basketball.
It was basketball.
Yeah.
No, but the trailer hitch line came from what the hell was his name? It was the Willie Nelson line. And I'm struggling to remember the name of the movie, but the line got left in the movie because nobody knew what the hell Willie was talking about. Cowboy. Oh god, I can't remember. Cowboy. I don't have my tablet with me where I look it up.
Midnight Cowboy?
No.
Probably not Midnight Cowboy.
No. Fuck.
Not Drugstore Cowboy either.
No, it wasn't drugstore. Just please don't say Dallas Cowboy. That's all.
Well, no, that's a song. That's not a movie.
Jane Fonda was in the movie Willie Nelson.
Jane Fonda. All right, I'll find it. Let's see who gets it first.
Electric Horseman.
Electric Horseman.
There it is. And there was no cowboy, but yeah, there you go.
You're close.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of cowboy, but yeah, Electric Horseman. That was it.
But I remember seeing interviews. They kind of joked about that line, saying the line somehow got left in the movie because nobody knew what the hell Willie was talking about.
Oh, by the way, I believe, is this correct? Hold on, let me just make sure this is correct. But I believe it's Rodney Dangerfield's birthday today.
Is it?
I think so.
And he still gets no respect.
It is. It's No Respect Day, so it is Rodney Dangerfield's birthday.
Hey, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That man's genius.
It's tough out there.
Nobody did self-deprecating humor better than Rodney.
Oh.
I tell you, I told my wife I wanted to talk dirty to me during sex. She called me the other night from the motel room. I tell you.
Oh, what do you get? A bowl of soup in that hat? Oh yeah, but it looks
good on you though.
Oh man, and back to school. Oh, that was a good one. 7?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I have one question for you.
One question.
In 13 parts.
27 parts. And then what's the sum of the factor of the what is it? 4?
4?
Yes.
What a great movie. At any rate.
Anyway, all right. So, food.
Food.
Oh, back to food.
Yeah.
Food.
We're talking about food.
So yeah, so no, I mean, all right, I'll give you mine really quick. It's turkey, it's cranberries, cranberry sauce, and mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, green bean casserole.
It's the stuffing. It's all about the stuffing.
Hang on, green bean casserole, of course, corn, but the stuffing, it's sausage and sage stuffing. It's
very interesting. Yeah,
I do sausage and apple.
I've done that before too. I do like apple. Yeah,
but that is our second meal.
Oh,
because you do the Italian feast of fishes beforehand.
No, that's Christmas. That's lasagna.
Lasagna
and stuffed artichokes.
Really? For Thanksgiving?
Yep. Lasagna and stuffed artichokes, and then the second meal that's during. All right, lasagna and stuffed artichokes is during halftime of the first football game. Turkey and everything else, and stuffing and everything else is during halftime of the second football game. Maybe even the second quarter, beginning of the second quarter of the football game. And hopefully during during the second quarter of the second football game this year, I won't be having agita because it's the Giants and the Cowboys. But
yes, so that's right. We have to have a John Flayed Giants rant over and under. I've got to post that tomorrow for the group.
You do.
So, Tom, I don't know if you know this during the football season, John is a vociferous Giants fan.
Well, I'm getting a little concerned. I mean, there's a couple nights I thought he might stroke out with the post.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I
was getting worried when I kept seeing that over and over again.
But what we do is
I thought if there was a picture of John, I'd see a vein right through his forehead right about there.
Although last Sunday it was.
Yes, quite a lot of that. So based off of his,
I don't mind that one, but that one is bad.
He's showing a pool emoji thing. One side's got a smiley, one not so much of a smiley. But he gets so entertaining with these things that with a lot of our mutual friends, without John's knowledge or him knowing what's going on, we do a John Flayed Giants rant over under, where I pick 3 categories a week. It changes up every week based on what the game might be, and some of the things that we've heard John say in the past or post in the past. Mm-hmm. And I put an over and under for these 3 different categories, and the guys all then give their over and unders. Right now, there is a tie for first place between David Campanile and John Donovan. So they're in first place. James.
Well, John Donovan had an unfair advantage.
No, but you know what? No. He actually
went to the game with me.
Yes, no, but it didn't work because he actually lost a point and fell back to a tie with Campanile.
Really?
He had first place by himself.
All right.
So I'm gonna open my next beer, and Tom, I pulled this bottle opener just for you.
There you go.
I don't think she's from Tijuana.
Oh, here we go. Well, as long as you're doing that, I guess I'll pop my last one as well.
I'm about halfway through this beer, so before you finish that one, I'll finish my other, and he's gonna have his 5th, and then we can have some beer. There you go. So,
there we go. But this one, we're probably going to hear about pretty soon again from me. I'm pouring this into a tulip because I do not have a chalice, which is probably the appropriate glassware for. I do, but it's in a box. Say it with me. In storage.
In storage.
Right. In storage. You're still in storage?
Oh, I got so much stuff in storage right now. But it is.
At least it's not the steerage.
Oh, yeah, steerage would be bad.
What year is that?
Oh, my God.
That is this year's.
Where did you find a bottle?
Oh, my God.
In Booton.
Because they release cans.
I know, but they have the bottles there. And when I saw it in cans, I have to admit.
You have bottles there, damn it.
It freaked me out when the first time I saw this in a can. Like, this does not belong in a can.
It does not belong in a can.
But it's just wrong to have this.
Look at the bottle. Are you sure it's definitely this year's?
I am not. This is the numbers say 020726. So apparently I traveled into the future to get this. I guess that's when it's good until There is no.
You just broke the rules of time travel. You're fucked.
Oh, God, again?
Always happens to you. Always happens.
I know, and it's always inadvertent too. It's just like I wish I could do it intentionally. There is no date on this as far as when this was bottled.
Very interesting. That's all I got to say.
But stupid.
Very stupid.
That's a Laughing reference right there. When it's what's his name?
Stupid.
Is that John Biner? No, it wasn't John Biner. I can't remember that actor's
Oh God,
name.
John Biner was brilliant.
Bernie Kopell?
I
Yes,
don't
Kopell.
remember John Biner anymore. Yeah.
Bernie Kopell as the German soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Kopell, yeah.
But stupid.
Yeah,
there's just I guess I am using proper glassware because they do show not a chalice, but they show either they do have a tulip. And I'm using my odd, and this is, oh my God, the logo really stands out beautifully against this dark liquid, doesn't it? This is Odd Ale's Wives out of Maine.
there you go.
Yeah.
Love these guys, Waldoboro.
Mm-hmm.
So where's Waldoboro? I don't know. They should make a book.
Where's Waldo, Barrow?
Burrow. Waldo, ass.
Exactly.
No, Burrow, donkey.
Burrow, donkey. Where's Waldo, donkey? So anyway, but yeah, so that's that. But before the lasagna, before the lasagna and the artichokes, stuffed artichokes, there will be an Italian meat plate with dry sausage, supersat.
Italian meat and proper cock.
Exactly. Dry sausage, supersat, hot copa, sweet copa, mortadella.
You mean gabagool?
Gabagool, yeah. And
it's a lot of fucking arteries.
With smoked mozzarella, imported sharp provolone, and olives. So that's
a lot of arteries going on there, right?
You got to find some Kashkaval to go with that, man. I love Kashkaval.
I would put some speck on it too, but it's hard to find speck, unless you go into the city. So.
Oh yeah.
But actually, yeah, because Italy has speck.
Italy has speck. And then and
you know where Lardo.
else?
Nice
you know where else has speck? Down at it's the Italian place that's right near Great Jones Distillery. Obuco.
I've not been to that one.
Yeah, I have it there too.
But because why would I go there when I work in the same building as Italy?
That's true. That's very true. But in any event, and then also along with that, we have fresh mozzarella with roasted peppers and Roma tomatoes.
Nice, I would love that. Yeah,
and shrimp.
Oh
God,
that would be nice. Yeah. Well, you Italians are very complicated.
We do it upright.
Us Irish are much simpler. It's a much simpler plate.
You just drink until it's time to eat dinner.
Oh no, you drink
because everyone's drunk.
Growing up as a kid, we'd go to my Aunt Margaret's, right? So my dad and my uncle.
Wait! You go to your Aunt Margaret's. Or you go to Ann Margaret's.
Aunt Margaret.
Aunt Margaret. I thought he said Aunt Margaret.
So here's the thing. Always about 30 minutes before dinner was supposed to be ready, my dad and my uncle would have to go to the store for butter.
Butter. Yes.
Butter.
They would come back about 3 hours later with no butter, but it'd be absolutely.
We went everywhere to look for the butter.
I'm sure they were well buttered. By
every store was out of butter. Yes. Growing up Irish Catholic.
One of our first courses, and this is tradition for me because of my grandparents. And it's a weird thing, but Thanksgiving to me, one of the first things I think of is deviled eggs.
Oh yeah, see, yeah, I
gotta make the deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs, yeah, I agree, sir.
And the thing is,
don't have them on Thanksgiving. Have them on Christmas Eve. Don't have them on Thanksgiving.
No, I like them on Thanksgiving.
You can have them on Thanksgiving, yeah.
You can. And
deviled eggs have to be there at Thanksgiving.
They remind me of my grandfather.
I like deviled eggs every day.
Yeah, true.
But I'm just saying.
But it reminds me of my grandfather because he would make himself his plate on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And there was so much stuff on there that you could not identify any one thing because it was just this big heap of chaotic food. The only thing you could identify was the deviled egg that he perched right on top of the mess of it.
That's funny. Yeah.
And so deviled eggs always reminded me of him. But another course that we have, it's one of my favorite things. And I started making this about a decade or so.
Is this a list of the few of your favorite things?
No, just maybe two.
My favorite.
This is a list of a few of my favorite things.
Anyway, let's not go there. Anyway, because I don't remember any of the friggin' lyrics. But the one thing I make is a soup, and it is an apple almond cream soup.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
It is so good, and it has led. So when you talk about Thanksgiving, let's go to the next couple of days after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's eating their turkey sandwiches. You might have sliced turkey. You have to have a sliced turkey.
Got to.
You may put some stuffing on it. You may put some mashed potatoes on it. You know you're putting the cranberry sauce on it. You know there's gonna be some gravy on there. However you make your turkey sandwich, that's fine. Shove your turkey sandwich. My favorite leftover is I take a good heap of that sausage apple stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
I put in the middle of a bowl, and I surround it with that apple almond soup.
Oh, yeah, sort of gumbo style.
And then you just take a scoop of that stuffing through the soup.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you one thing, you will nap. You will nap after that.
See, I will do what not necessarily what, if you remember the Friends episode, I'm foreshadowing something we'll talk about next soon, but
we don't foreshadow on the show ever.
Not ever. The Friends episode where Ross, the sandwich he makes with the moist maker, with all of that, the turkey sandwich. I'll do something similar to that. I'll go out and I'll actually get sliced Italian bread, like a round loaf of Italian bread, and the slice, what I'm talking about, right? And I'll make a sandwich. I'll make the turkey. I'll put a little mashed potatoes. I'll put a little stuffing. I'll put gravy. I'll put cranberry sauce, and it's a great sandwich. It's a great sandwich. Mm-hmm. I will say this too, really quick. Last Friday, 4 days ago, whatever, this past Friday, 5 days ago, we 1, 2, 3, 4 days.
Four.
Oh, yeah.
The first time.
I was just counting, right?
No math on the show.
No math on the show. Except.
Oh my God, we've got when we write the Constitution for Library
no math.
No math's got to be. That's got to be one of the.
No math.
It's got to be put in there.
So,
in the Articles of Confederation,
my former firehouse
would be Confederation.
Confederation. My former firehouse that I was a member at in North Arlington, New Jersey. Every year on the Friday before Thanksgiving is Turkey Night. That's what they call it. They call it Turkey Night. So it's a night. You guys are about
the turkeys,
pretty much. So it's a night for the current members, the former members, the life members, the current officers, friends, blah 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 blah, to get together, have a Thanksgiving dinner, and swap war stories, have a couple drinks, so forth. It's camaraderie night. I just want to. I'm not going to put it on the screen. I'll just hold it up. That is my plate right there. Anybody wants to listen to the audio podcast? About an hour and 33 minutes in.
Wow!
Right.
What is that? What is that red thing?
So the red thing is actually a cranberry. It's cranberry sauce, but it's in like a creamed jelly form. Like it's actually interesting. One guy makes it every year, and it's very good. But my attention, I want to give you this right
collards?
There. Nope, right there. It's what I want to show you right there.
What is that?
That's stuffing. Okay.
Yeah. I know the story.
So the stuffing,
everyone's going to be
every year.
so upset that I asked this.
Right. Stuffing that they make every year at the firehouse for this turkey night. Okay,
this is hilarious.
This consists of nothing but White Castle hamburgers.
Why is it green?
It's not green. It was just.
It looks green.
Yeah,
it's green. I gotta tell you, that look green.
It's not green. The closer I get to the show, the camera. Okay, there you go. How's that?
I still see green.
It's not green. All right. You know what? I'm going to send this picture.
I mean, fuck you all. It's not green.
I'm sending this picture to myself and putting it up on the screen.
Okay. That way it won't look green. Because to me, it looked like collard greens.
It's made of nothing but White Castle hamburgers.
That still intrigues the hell out of me because I could see how that would work.
And there it goes. And let me put it up here, and you can pull it up. Hold on 1 second. Let me add this right here. Downloads. There we go. It's going to be somewhere right around here. I will find. Oh, there it is, right there. Look at that. All right.
You got it.
And
we wait with
bated breath.
Abated breath.
There you go. That is
okay. It's not looking as green.
So I don't see the green. And the red one's different too. There we go.
Is that kielbasa?
That's kielbasa. Yeah, there's one former member actually brings down smoked Polish kielbasa, and so I always have to take a few pieces of that too. So
I hope he brings that from Adam's Corner.
On the plate, you got. There's plenty of turkey there, mashed potatoes. There's a couple of crescent rolls. There's kielbasa. You got mashed potatoes. You got asparagus, green beans, corn, the cranberry sauce, yams, and the biggest thing, if you have, other than turkey, the biggest thing there is on the plate is that
stuffing.
The stuffing I took.
Now, you take that plate, you got to extend it about 4 inches in either direction. That would be my grandfather's plate, and then perch a friggin' deviled egg on top.
Right on top. There you go. Look. Here's my thing about this. The traditions are something that keeps you going, right? You got to do it every year, and it's just
But speaking of Thanksgiving without certain things. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, John, but I'm saying sometimes they have to expand.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Problem. I don't want to regress. Expanding's fine. Take whatever and then add other things.
Let's do this. Yeah,
but you still keep and honor the traditions. Right. That's why now talking about this is why it's such a big deal, and we should all feel honored that John broke one of his traditions this year.
Yes,
for us for this show.
Look at you. That's growth. That's what that is.
I try.
I tell you what I like to do with my Thanksgiving leftovers is I've been doing this for about a decade now. I change it up a little bit, but it's more or less I take the leftover stuffing and the leftover mashed potatoes and I make kind of a patty.
Oh, like a croquette? Do you make?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. I like that
little patty and kind of fry it on each side. Anyway, then I take the turkey. I take some turkey, put it over the top.
Okay.
And then I take either a fried or poached egg on top, some gravy, and I do a Thanksgiving Benedict.
Thanksgiving Benedict.
Not a damn thing wrong with that.
Not a damn thing wrong with that. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm gonna have to try that actually. Here's the thing with the stuffing, with the sausage and sage stuffing.
Yeah.
That Jess makes. She actually makes probably 3 to 4 times more stuffing than we'll need.
You have to.
I usually do too, because I love stuffing. But yeah,
we actually make 2 types of stuffing here. We make the normal herb stuffing, and then there's that sausage apple stuffing, and we'll make a lot of it. Eat a lot of it. Like I said, I love it for that leftover, that I like to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got tomorrow. Hopefully, I won't be too hungover tomorrow because we've got to go.
We've got tomorrow.
We've
got tonight.
Tomorrow.
Who needs tomorrow?
Oh no, I've got to be alive tomorrow because I've been told we are going veggie and herb shopping tomorrow.
Oh no, there you go. Oh, I love veggie and herb.
You're going what shopping?
Veggie and herb.
Oh, veggie. Okay.
What'd you think
I love veggie and herb shopping.
I'll leave it at that. I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
I love herb shopping.
Oh, I went to school with him.
Herb shopping?
Yeah, herb shopping.
Oh, man. So it's just the wife and I this year.
He was a classical music composer, wasn't he? Chopping?
I'm just going to do a turkey.
No, that was his brother.
My wife and I.
His brother, right? Yes. So anyway. All right.
I've got a whole turkey, but I'm going to part it out, right? Since it's just the wife and I'm going to cut the wings off and make some stock. I'm going to take the legs and braise the legs, but actual dinner for Thanksgiving, I'm just going to do the turkey breast.
Oh, you go make a confit out of the.
I'm going to do a white wine marinade.
Nice,
very nice.
I'll send you the recipe later.
Are you going to do like a confit of the legs or?
No, just braised.
I just want to. Doug Smith just commented, turkey curry or turkey vindaloo.
Well, vindaloo is.
Oh,
curry.
See, that's good too. Yeah,
and I love vindaloo.
Mm-hmm.
Love vindaloo, but it's funny because in America we look at curry, and we think curry is one specific thing. Curry just means spice blend.
Sure.
We do this in America all the time. We take a word and apply it to something like chai. We say chai tea.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
chai means tea. Chai means tea.
Yeah.
Right? Curry is a spice blend. Vindaloo is just one of the versions of curry blends. I love Vindaloo. It's got a nice spice to it, nice warmth to it. Love Vindaloo. So, Doug, if you're looking for a vote, I'm voting Vindaloo for that one.
I like Vindaloo better than curry. I don't mind curry, but I like Vindaloo better than.
Well, when you talk curry, though,
no, I understand, but specific curry, like the traditional curry kind of thing.
Well, then you're talking yellow curry,
right? Yellow curry.
You're talking the yellow curry.
Right.
Sometimes
I go with the red.
I love
nice, spicy, big, bold red curry.
Oh, I love those, and I like the green curry.
Sure.
Rogan Josh is another curry.
So, speaking of that, so no, let's not speak of that. Anyway, so let's move into really quick. Let's talk about some movies and TV shows really quick.
Because we already started off with the WKRP episode of the Turkey Drop.
Well, movies wise, I'm going to ask you two gents your opinion. What's your favorite? What we talked about this actually. I was down on the sports podcast last week. What's your favorite Thanksgiving movie?
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
I mean, come on, there's no question. Why would you even ask that question?
Planes, just trains, and tell me there's another one.
There is not.
That is the Thanksgiving. Planes. I've already watched it. Oh.
I will be watching it tomorrow. I watch it on Wednesday.
If I have time tomorrow.
On Thanksgiving Day, I watch our first Christmas. Well, it's not true because I watch another Christmas movie. But we always watch the Christmas movie is Die Hard on Thanksgiving Day.
Well,
there's Die Hard. Movie. I don't care what Bruce Willis says. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie, and I'll tell you why it's a Christmas movie. Because forget the terrorists, forget shit blowing up. The plot of the movie is the man estranged from his family trying to come home for Christmas. Tell me that's not a Christmas movie.
And the fact that the teddy bear is still in the limo.
I'm saying it's all about him getting home for Christmas. It is a Christmas movie.
And I'm sorry, it is not Christmas until you see Hans Gruber fall from the Yakatoni building.
I could not agree more.
Have you seen that advent calendar yet? They've got an advent calendar that has got at 25, you have Hans Gruber at the top of the window, and you just move him down one notch until he splats on Christmas.
Right.
Oh, man.
I will tell you something else. It's not Christmas until you hear Pete talk about his sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls. That's such a great.
Okay, so this is unofficial because it's not part of your show, but just off the cuff, top 3 Christmas movies.
Go for it. By the way, Doug Smith said Vindaloo it is, he said.
Vindaloo it is. There you go, Doug. Great choice.
There, Doug.
There you go. Top 3 Christmas movies. Dave, you want to go first? Or
Oh, geez, top 3 Christmas movies. I can tell you my bottom 3 are.
I can... one of your bottom 3 might be one of my top 3, so go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my bottom 3s is the movie that everyone puts into their top 3 movies, and I really can't stand that one. That's one where when a bell rings, an angel gets its wings, and I'm just so tired of that friggin' movie.
Oh yeah, me too. I hate that movie.
I can't stand it. Please stop. This is a very, very he's just so self-absorbed and arrogant and just douchey. And does he come around in the end? I don't think he even totally comes around in the end. Yeah, it's just enough of that movie.
See, I agree. I don't like that movie at all.
Yeah, no, keep that movie. I know we're going to get some hate mail out of that one, but whatever. Favorite movies.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll take the pressure off.
Yeah, you go first.
So my first, obviously, is Die Hard. But my second one might throw you off a little bit because it will be considered a chick flick maybe, but I love this movie. There's something about the dialogue of this movie I really love. It's The Holiday.
Oh, with Cameron Diaz and
Jack Black. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw that one.
I love that movie. My wife makes fun of me every year because I go crazy for that movie. And number 3 is the movie my wife and I love to watch every year is White Christmas.
Oh, there's a classic. That is a classic. That is a classic. That is a classic.
Fair enough.
One movie I've got to throw up there because I just love this movie. There's so much heart to it, but so much humor, so much campy acting in it as well. Is Scrooged?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. I was debating about throwing that one in there too, but I love that movie. Yeah,
that's a.
I've already watched it twice. Yeah, even Thanksgiving. Yeah,
love that one. What else can I put up there? I'm gonna avoid Christmas Story because that's an obvious one.
Yeah,
and they've done a sequel to it, a sequel. Yeah,
sequel. It's a sequel. It's coming out on HBO Max. It'll be out this year.
Yeah, so we'll watch that when it comes out. We'll see because now what's his name is grown up. Apparently his eye has healed. I don't think he wears an eye patch in it because I don't think he shot his eye out. So we're gonna avoid that one. This is hard because there's so many good Christmas movies. Yeah, Tom already mentioned Die Hard. I don't care what anyone says. That's a Christmas movie. Bad Santa's a lot of fun. Actually, no. Let's go to the Santa Claus. Okay. I really enjoyed the Santa Claus. The head elf in Santa Claus is actually a New Jersey native. And,
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if he was born here, but he does live in Jersey. He's tied to a couple of the breweries in the area.
I didn't know that. That's
right. Dave, what's his last name, John?
Krumholtz.
And he can actually brew. He brews.
That's nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he brews with Brick City, right, John?
He spent a lot of time at Brick City.
And Bolero Snort.
Bolero and up at when they were there, Two Villains.
Two Villains, yes. So Krumholtz actually does. As a matter of fact, funny story. I was in a liquor store. I'll leave it unnamed, but I did text this to Scott Wells. What is his name? The character's name in Santa Claus. Krumholtz's.
Bernard the head elf.
Right. So they did. When I say they, it's Bolero Snort did a beer called Bullnard the head elf.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They did this. And they did it as a collaboration, and they did like 2 or 3 years ago. And I just found a 4-pack of it on the shelf at a liquor store that will go unnamed.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Checked out to Scott Wells. He's like, yeah, no, that's been like there 2-3 years. I told him what liquor store it was like. Is that makes sense. They do that.
So in a former life, I actually used to rep I was the New Jersey sales manager for another brewery. And in doing so, I would do beer fests up there for that brewery, and at the Sussex County Skylands Holiday Beer Fest or Halloween Beer Fest actually one year. I had a guest pourer with me, and that would be this guy right here.
There you go. There he is.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Now the best thing about Krumholtz is when he's out in public, he looks homeless most of the time.
Pretty much.
And I poured for Carton Brewing at an event in Brooklyn. And I'm standing there talking to Scott Wells. And this guy who looks like a homeless person walks by. I look at Scott. I'm like, that dude looks exactly like Krumholtz. He goes, well, because that is Krumholtz. He goes, I'll introduce you. Yeah. And so he goes, hey, Dave, come here. He goes, want to introduce Dave. Dave. He goes, he made you like that. He goes, God damn it. Yeah. Only like 4 through the whole festival, only 4 people made him.
Well, it's funny too, because like at Defiant, when I worked at Defiant, we had in the end of January every year, we had the Abominable Snow Fest. It was a beer fest that we had at Defiant. So we had all other breweries at the brewery, right? And whatchamacallit, at one point I was pouring at our satellite booth that we were pouring beer at, and right next to us was two Villains, which he was friends with John, and Dave was actually pouring with Two Villains. So for the last 20 minutes he was there, I was standing at my booth, and as you can imagine, most people coming to the beer fest at Defiant weren't, and no dispersions on Defiant, they weren't drinking Defiant because they're they come to define all the time. They're drinking everybody else's beer, right?
You want me to remain quiet here, don't you, John?
No. It's fine, but whatever.
Because I was never a fan of.
But we pulled out some other stuff. It was kind of cool. But in any event, there was a lull, right? And I'm standing there, and Dave and I were talking. Dave Crumholz and I were talking for about 15, 20 minutes, right before he was leaving, and then he took off. So at one point, he said bye, bro hug, the whole 9 yards. See you later, Dave. Okay, John, boom. And he goes and he's talking to John from Two Villains before he leaves. Somebody comes up to me and I pour a beer and they go, "Is that the actor that was in the Santa Claus?" And I go, "No, it's not. He gets it all the time.
It just looks like
he gets it all the time." It's like.
So, I've only given one favorite movie, haven't I?
You have.
I'm still just stuck on Scrooge. And, people will look at Home Alone, think that's and yes, it happens during Christmas. I don't consider that a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yes.
It's a Christmas movie. If Die Hard's a Christmas movie, Home Alone's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. That's all because it happens during Christmas. There's no Christmas theme to it. Mm-hmm. At the end of it is.
Would you like Christmas? To give you mine?
Yeah, you give yours.
I'll
probably never finish my number 3.
I'll give you mine. I'll go 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3 is Scrooged. I agree with you 100%.
Yes, I agree with that.
I love Scrooged. I'm going to give an honorable mention really quick. Die Hard. It's not in my top 3, but I'll give it as an honorable mention. Is Die Hard. But and honestly, Die Hard 2. Why not? It's a Christmas movie too. It wasn't until Die Hard with a Vengeance that they got out of Christmas and made it a different time of year.
That is absolutely true.
Anyway, so number 3 is Scrooged with Bill Murray. How many people were in it? I mean,
Rick Moranis got in there.
No, Bobcat Goldthwait. David Johansen was in it. Yeah. Buster Poindexter.
David Johansen was in the house.
Yeah,
Carol Kane.
Carol Kane was in it.
The bitch hit me with a toaster.
Whatchamacallit? There was
John Forsythe, Robert
Mitchum. Absolutely.
Karen Allen.
Karen Allen.
And both of really. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. Both of Bill Murray's brothers were in it too.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
So in any event, so that's number 3. Number 2,
older and younger.
His older brother, his younger brother. His older brother, everybody knows his younger brother. Everybody knows his older brother.
Brian Doyle
Murray. He was in everything.
No, mostly as a writer, but he shows up in movies.
But hey, he was the guy that ran the caddies in Caddyshack. He was Brian.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and the other one that no one knows about, John Murray,
right? But that's number.
God, Robert Goulet sang in that. Remember?
Robert Goulet was in that movie.
John Houseman.
Mm-hmm. John Houseman was in the movie. Yep.
Buddy Hackett.
Buddy Hackett was in the movie. Yes, he was. You're right.
Paul Schaefer was in the movie.
Mm-hmm. There was
the $6 million man.
What's her face? Mary Lou
Retton.
Mary Lou Retton was in the movie.
Lee Majors was in it.
Lee Majors was in the movie. Right? $6 million man. Yeah.
But crazy. one of my favorite actors, because he's so underappreciated, Michael Pollard. If you remember, he's the one in the Ghosts of Christmas Yet to Come shows him. He's the one who is frozen in the.
Oh right, yeah. He was.
Great character.
The one that called him.
You'd be a prettier color, I'll tell you that.
He called Bill Murray. He called him.
What do you call him?
Dick.
I think what he called him.
What's her face? Elizabeth Taylor's husband. What's his name?
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton. Yeah.
Come on, Dick. Give us a line. Right.
Oh, and and I'm looking at this.
Jamie Farr was in it.
Yeah. The antagonist was John Glover.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my God, he was hilarious in that.
Yeah. So many good. But anyway, so Scrooge is my number 3. My number 2 is Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Them's good eatings.
So
Chase was brilliant.
Honestly, I love the original Vacation, but Christmas Vacation is the best of all of the vacations. It definitely is. Chevy Chase, obviously Beverly D'Angelo's in it now. And obviously anybody that's watched them knows that the Rusty and Audrey, the kids,
changes every movie.
Different actors in every movie.
Yeah.
Dad always said I was the best kisser.
Yeah, really. Randy Quaid is he's great.
It's awesome at that.
Yeah.
And
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in.
Do you remember who said Daddy always said I was the best kisser?
That was Jane Krakowski. Yeah, Jane Krakowski. As
a young kid, that's prior to Ally McBeal.
Yeah. That was in regular. That was the original Vacation, but
that was the original Vacation.
That was before Andy was batshit crazy.
Yeah. What's her name? I can't think of her name. The one that was the mother in Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes, Mira.
No, not Mira.
No. Oh no.
She was in Christmas Vacation. She was the mother. She was his mother in Christmas Vacation. There was
Dorothy Roberts.
Dorothy Roberts. Whatchamacallit? And then what the hell's his name? That was his father. Played his father in the movie. I forget. Anyway, so Christmas Vacation is my number 2. And my number 1, Dave said it. He's like, I don't want to mention it because everybody mentions it. I'm sorry.
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. It's my favorite.
There you go. That's a great movie.
And I just want to throw this picture up really quick. Jess and I in front of the Christmas Story house there.
Aww.
You went to Cleveland.
We were in Cleveland, yes.
I didn't know anybody went to Cleveland on purpose.
I got to be honest with you. Cleveland's a pretty cool city, and there's a lot of great beer in Cleveland.
Oh, there you go.
I got to be honest with you. It really is. A lot of good food, a lot of great beer in Cleveland. So if you get the chance, go. I mean, everybody calls it the Mistake by the Lake. I'm sorry. It's a pretty good city. So
hey, it's called Mistake by the Lake because there's 2 things about this particular city. Mm-hmm. 1, first city in the United States to claim bankruptcy.
Okay.
Secondly, this city set its river on fire.
Mm-hmm. I think it started by itself. I don't think they set it up there.
Well, they didn't do it intentionally.
What's the name of the river?
Cuyahoga.
Cuyahoga, yeah.
Cuyahoga River.
Anyways.
And I got to be honest with you, and not that we're doing this list, but it's certainly in my top 10 sports movies of all time was centered around that city. So
I know.
Major League,
Major
sure.
League. I had just thought of another one.
I disagree with that. That's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought of another one to put on my friggin' list, and it just is. Oh, is this really a Christmas movie? Because it's really a lot like A Christmas Carol. The Family Man.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
With Nicolas Cage.
Yep.
What was Leone?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with you.
That one, there is that. I don't know what it is about that movie, but that one, there's scenes in that will tear your heart out.
I like that movie.
Cool.
I like that movie.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna, and I don't know. Does Nightmare Before Christmas count?
No, it's a Halloween.
No, I wouldn't think so.
It's a Halloween movie, right? I don't know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm not sure I can come to 3 there.
If you want to call it, I'm just looking at a list right here. I'm just going to throw out a couple others that are not on my list. I gave you my top 3, but according to this list, Nightmare Before Christmas is on this list.
It is, and it isn't a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. And the list I'm looking at actually does have Die Hard on it because let's face it.
I'm going to do something that I've never done before.
What are you doing?
I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to backtrack. Because you said Scrooged, I'm going to throw Scrooged into my honorable mentions with Die Hard.
Okay.
I'm going to move
Trading Spaces?
No.
There's a Christmas element to it, but it's not a Christmas movie.
Hold on. I'm going to move excuse me, Christmas Vacation. I'm going to leave it where it is. Number 3, Trading Places, not Trading Spaces.
Trading Places, yes.
Trading Places.
I agree. We just watched that yesterday. I agree.
It's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas
I
movie.
do.
I agree with that. I will back you up on that.
Trading Places. So there you go. On this list, Home Alone. I'll This is Entertainment Tonight's top 20 Christmas movies ever. Right?
Now, does Charlie Brown Christmas count as a movie?
Well, I'm going to read the list. Here we go.
No, that would be holiday specials. That's a whole different category.
That's a different category. As far as I'm concerned, that's a different category.
I agree.
Holiday specials. We'd have to talk.
Oh, that's a whole.
My top 3 holiday specials are Charlie Brown, in no particular order. Charlie Brown Christmas.
I'm forgetting one.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and
I say Charlie Brown, Grinch, and The Year Without a Santa Claus would be
there
my.
You go.
I am. Tom, you just gave my top 3 right there.
There you go.
Right there.
So the top.
But for
I'm a
movies,
big Christmas guy, man.
I forgot one for Christmas.
What's that?
Elf.
Elf. There you go. The top 20 according to Entertainment Tonight. There you go. According to Entertainment Tonight is starting at number 20, going backwards. 20 is the Santa Claus. 19 is Gremlins.
Gremlins. Wow.
18
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it is. 18 is Christmas Vacation. 17 is Scrooged. 16 is Die Hard. 15 is Miracle on 34th Street, original, 1947.
I got you. Yeah.
14 is White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye, Rosemary Clooney.
As Tom has mentioned already.
Yeah. 13 is Nightmare Before Christmas. 12 is Trading Places. 11 is Home Alone. 10 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I still say that's a holiday special. I agree.
It's a holiday special. It's not a movie.
But on here. 9, The Year Without a Santa Claus. Again, holiday special. I'm sorry.
But probably, as far as I'm concerned, the best holiday special.
I love that one. Oh, my God.
Yep.
8, The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah. Okay.
And Michael Caine played Ebenezer Scrooge. Not the Michael Caine from the brewery in Ocean, New Jersey.
No, not that Michael Caine.
Not that Michael Caine.
And the great thing is, with his accent, it's the Michael Caine that with his accent sounds like he's saying Michael Caine.
Yeah, kind of.
Michael Caine.
Number 7, Bad Santa. I'm trying to figure out how Bad Santa. I mean, that was a bad movie.
How's it above some of those others?
How is it above?
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Number 6, Love Actually.
And that is a Christmas movie, and there's some wonderful things about it. Mm-hmm. Alan Rickman's in it, so
yeah. Number 5, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Again, Christmas special, not a.
Okay. Number 4, Elf. Number 3, A Charlie Brown Christmas. Got to be special. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Number 2, A Christmas Story. And number 1,
A Wonderful Life.
Of course.
I hate that movie.
Oh, and what is the national bird of Lagerland?
The national bird of Lagerland, right there.
Hey guys, I hate to do it to you, but I'm going to have to get off here. I got to go to work in the morning.
Well, can you give us?
Can we do the top 3s?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. That'll bring us at that point. Well, we've mentioned everything. We talked about everything we wanted to. And we were going to talk about TV, but the only thing I wanted to talk about was this right here, because that's the only thing I wanted to mention was the Thanksgiving episode of WKRP in Cincinnati. And does anybody listen to Alice's Restaurant on Thanksgiving?
That's my mom's tradition. I will do it every single year, and I will do it.
I
will do it in 2 days.
An original pressing of the album.
Same. No, maybe not the original pressing. But I do have the album.
No, I have the original pressing. Yeah.
Did Arlo Guthrie sign it, or
no? I don't have a sign, but I have an original pressing. Yeah.
But Arlo Guthrie pressed it, and some of his sweat is in the grooves.
There you go. Exactly. So
anyway,
all right, that takes care of all we wanted to talk about. All right, let's for Tom. Let's get to our top 3s. Here we go. Top 3 list tonight, as we said before, is top 3 favorite holiday beers. Version 3. Version 3. We do it every year. Top 3 favorite holiday beers. It's Tom's first version, but it's Dave and I's third.
So I haven't bought it yet. I typically always have this on Thanksgiving Day, but I haven't been buying a lot of beer lately, oddly enough. But it is It is Sierra Nevada Celebration. It is my Thanksgiving beer of choice. The other two I'm going to mention are the two I've had tonight. Is Mother's Metamorphosis and Springfield Brewing Company Zari Night, because I love local.
Respect, absolute respect for that comment.
It's Metamorphosis?
Yeah, let me show you that bottle there. Yeah, the beer formerly known as MILF.
You've brought that up before.
And what was your other one?
Zari Night.
Zari Night.
For the Springfield Brewing Company.
Gotcha. From Springfield. All right, Dave, what are yours?
I really don't think it's changed from V1 and V2. Number 3, Anchor, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, you gotta love the OSA.
That's always my number 3. My number 2, I don't think has changed either. That would be the St. Bernardus. And John will find if that Belgian cafe in New York City has it on tap or not.
If they do, let me know. I will meet you there. We will go.
Need to run in there. And my number 1. Now, John earlier showed a 4-pack with a glass that he'll be drinking on our big beer show.
Yep.
I found a 4-pack from Prairie Artisanal. So I actually have the appropriate glassware this year.
You do. Look at you.
To drink Christmas Bomb out of.
There you go.
Oh, my Lord.
Look at this glass. This is not a beautiful glass. Look at this right there.
Beautiful.
Christmas Bomb.
Now look at the crawl for a second. Christmas Bombs from Prairie Artisanal, and look at the town they're in Oklahoma.
Krebs. Now,
is that Maynard G. Krebs?
That might be Maynard G. Krebs. What I love about Christmas Bomb is they also give you a game on the label. You need to find the differences between the right side of the label and the left side of the label. And if you drink enough Christmas Bombs, you will flunk this big time. Actually, and when I say enough Christmas Bombs, I mean possibly half of a Christmas Bomb.
Right.
This is a 13% Serious Bomb. This is going to help me sleep big time.
There you go.
This is a massive stout. It has got an oily, nasty, beautifully nasty mouthfeel to it. I love it, and it's got these Christmas flavors to it. Cinnamon is probably one of the more predominant flavors. It says Imperial Stout brewed with spices, but cinnamon is one of the more predominant ones in it. And it's just a beautiful beer year to year. Now, this 4-pack came with 2 Christmas Bombs and 2 just plain bombs.
Oh, there you go.
So the other Christmas Bomb will probably be laid down until next year.
Fair enough.
The bombs might be laid down for. I think you can put down a Prairie Artisanal Ale bomb, probably for a good 5 years.
Probably.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. So those are going to go into the cellar and stick in the cellar for quite a bit.
There you go.
I may give one to Carrie's aunt. Carrie's aunt, a 72-year-old woman, all of 73 pounds maybe. She loves her. If it's an Imperial Stout, the boozier the better. So I may give one to her for Christmas. We'll see.
There you go. I'll give you mine, and they have not changed whatsoever from last year or the year before.
Nope, they just don't.
All right, I'll throw out my my honorable mentions. I'll just rattle them off. Old Fezziwig.
Oh yeah.
You just don't find it. You can't find it anymore. It's just
find it.
That's a classic.
Yep.
Mad Elf.
So he mentioned Old Fezziwigs from Sam Adams. The only way you can find it is they managed to slip it into the holiday pack.
Holiday pack. That's it.
They do. Yeah. That's where you find it. Yeah.
Mad Elf is one beer. The only way I will drink that is at the brewery when they have it as a cuvee. Where they blended different years, because otherwise that is just cherry rocket fuel.
No. I see what I do, Dave. What I do is I buy a 6-pack every year, rest it, and open last year's.
Even 1 year, it's still rocket fuel.
It works. It's still rocket fuel, but it's a lot smoother than the year. So
it's basically taking Luden's
So number one, what's number one?
No, but before he goes there, if you take the Smith Brothers cherry cough drops and melt it into kerosene.
All right. So, without talking, rattling off the rest of my honorable mentions: Old Fezziwig, Mad Elf, Niche Chouf from Le Chouf.
Yes, beautiful beer.
Scaldis Noel.
Scaldis is a great one.
Delirium Noel.
I almost bought that for the show. I'm like, I need to be alive tomorrow. Yeah.
And Corson Don Christmas. Okay. But my top three in order. Number 3, Avery Old Jubilation.
Oh, okay.
Haven't had that in ages.
Haven't had it in ages. I haven't had it in 3 years. And I actually found it. Didn't have another show. We'll be having that next week with the Oma Gang. So
nice.
My number 2, St. Bernardus Christmas Ale.
Yeah, of course. My number 2 is his number 2.
Okay. And my number 1 is your number 3, and that's what I had. My number.
Tom's number 3.
Tom's number 3.
Sierra Nevada.
There's Sierra Nevada.
That's a classic. You gotta have that one, man.
Yeah, I gotta go out and find the anchor. I gotta find the celebration. So somehow in between now and then, drink enough out of that fridge that I can fit that in.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
There you go. And what's funny is last year on the show for V2 of this, we had Tony Forder from L Street News, and his number 3, just as Tom's number 3 was, Celebration.
Oh, there you go.
Celebration. So there you go.
All right.
All right. All right. Well, I mean, this has been a great show.
And
thanks for having me on, guys. I love being on your holiday show, man.
It's been great.
And we've got some good shows coming up. Our next show is with that one with Vulgar.
Vulgar Brewing next week.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, Vulgar's out of Massachusetts. New Hampshire. I was there. Yeah. They're doing some good stuff. They're doing some damn good stuff there. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Week after that, it's Alexis Dugan from Brewery Strong in New Jersey.
This is a reschedule, and she has recovered from the illness that knocked her out of.
Good.
Yeah, so it's gonna be great to have her on.
Little thing that's been going around a couple of years.
Yeah, something that may have come out of China or not.
We don't know.
We don't know. So there's
but,
that.
But in between both of those shows, Dave and I will be doing a live feed on
December 10th.
December 10th.
From Westfield? What's the name of the town?
Fort Monmouth?
No, we're not going to Fort Monmouth.
Why not?
No, that's not where we're going.
Well, they do lagers there. Why wouldn't we go there?
That's not where we're going on December the 10th, though.
Okay, fine.
We're going to a holiday festival, and we're going to be in Westwood, not Westfield, Westwood.
Oh, there you go.
At 5, we're trying to secure space on the roof of Five Dimes Brewing, so we can be like one of those camera angles from like the Thanksgiving parade.
There you go.
Exactly.
Hopefully the weather will cooperate.
It is, but it's also National
Lager Day.
National Lager Day.
Lager Day. There you go.
Yeah.
So and frankly, Five Dimes has got a very, very fine Pilsner.
Yeah.
Pascack Pilsner is it's a beautiful beer.
We'll have a few of those.
We'll at least have 2 or 18 of those. Yeah,
exactly, somewhere in there. All right. Well, anyway, again, thank you for coming on, Tom. This has been a great show. Honestly, everything about it, it's been great. I appreciate you coming on, and we love this show every year.
Yep.
Honestly, the holiday show, and from here on out.
Whoa. We didn't do any whiskey.
Tom has to go.
Tom did whiskey. We didn't do whiskey.
I know. Well, do you want to do whiskey without Tom?
We can let Tom go and do our whiskey, or we can do Tom while Tom's still here.
Well, pour it.
We can toast him off.
Speaking of toasting off, I have to open my proper cock.
Open your proper cock. Toast off that proper cock there.
I'll pour just a tad more.
All right, I'm cracking the seal.
John, did you ever order these?
I didn't order them.
You need to order these.
I need to order those.
So Tom, can you see?
Here's to John's.
Well, he's still opening his.
I'm
proper
very
cock.
gentle on my proper cock. Hold on.
This takes time. He's got to tease it a little.
Pull it, John.
He's got to tease it a little bit.
It's nice and slow. And...
It's like this.
A little bit of twist. Oh, you know what? You know what helps?
There we go.
No. What helps is using a reverse grip sometimes.
There you go.
But Tom, look at this.
Yeah,
look at this.
Yeah. Anyways,
look at this glass.
I digress. There you go.
So I love this glass. I'm trying to talk John into ordering some of these.
Oh no, I have to order it. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
It is a double walled. So there is space. It's hard to see it, but there is space between the outer wall and the inner wall.
Old fashioned.
There you go.
That is so proper.
There you go.
You're such a cock.
Cheers. Oh wow, that's
Sláinte here too.
Lovely. Sláinte.
Skull.
Chindan.
Goodbye.
I'll give you the only toast my dad used to give. He'd say, "Here's to the flag, the grand old flag, the flag that set us free. A whiskey glass and a woman's ass made a horse's ass of me."
Like that. Oh, John.
Yes.
We need a flag for.
I'm gonna have to design a flag. I'll have to design a flag.
Oh my goodness!
There may be a wave on it. I'm not quite sure.
I get well. If
hey, a flag without a wave is a bad flag.
So proudly may it wave.
You have no idea. Anyway.
Oh, that's cool.
This is very good. This is very
That's
good.
going to hurt tomorrow, I'm going to tell you.
This is very tasty.
It won't be quite as bad as the first show I ever did with you guys.
Oh my God, that next day was just brutal. And if I finish this whiskey and this Christmas bomb tomorrow will be a little difficult.
Tomorrow might be a little difficult for me, but my day is. I know exactly what I have to do from start to finish, so it's not too bad. That day was brutal.
Yep.
I get the feeling that tomorrow morning, Carrie will take 2 fingers, shove them in my nostrils, and drag me out.
Shove them where?
My nostrils. Nostrils.
Oh man.
Careful.
What was that message I sent you? I said, I'm not going to lie. Today hurts a little bit.
Today hurts. You didn't say a little bit. Don't qualify with a little bit.
Today hurts. Yeah.
Today hurts. Yes. And and I've said it before. The first show that Tom was on was the first time I broke a streak. I had never ever called out of work due to a hangover.
You also broke a streak by falling asleep on the show.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant.
But so it was the streak of not calling into work due to a hangover was much longer. There's one time before that I thought I was hungover and I called out. And then later that day I took my temperature and it was 103 degrees. So no, I was actually sick. I was not hungover.
There you go.
Even though you were drunk, but yeah.
Yeah, you would think the drunk would help knock some of that out. It didn't. It just
quickie dink.
You caught it too late.
I didn't get.
He didn't get his toddy in.
I didn't get that toddy in there. I didn't get the whiskey and the cinnamon stick coming to beat the crap out of that virus.
There you go.
And I need to get.
Boys, have a good one. I'll see you.
You got it, Tom.
Thank you so much,
guys.
Cheers. We'll finish the show without you, but all right.
I guess we have to.
I guess we have to. All right.
Gone.
Tom, I know you're listening in
out there somewhere. What's on that taster glass you got there?
It's foolproof.
Oh, I know them.
You know them?
I used to live about 5 minutes from them.
5 minutes, not even.
It depended upon the traffic and the gunfire.
This is true.
Yeah,
this is actually pretty tasty. I will say, and I'm not going to be a snob and say, "Oh, I've had better" or whatever. I have, but the old fashioned, the bottle of old fashioned that I got, Dorchester,
yeah,
it was better. But this is pretty damn close. This is pretty
nice.
good, and this is a lot closer to Dorchester to here. So
now you said, because we don't have to worry about it too much now.
Mm-hmm.
You had mentioned TV shows, and was that the only Thanksgiving TV show or holiday TV show you wanted to mention?
No, I mean, there's been a few, right? I mean, TV episodes, the Thanksgiving episodes on the TV. I mean, there's been we can go on and on and on. I mean, really quick, I'll say it. This is one thing that I've been thinking about since we recorded the make no mistake, tomorrow night's sports show. Every other week we do the fun show. We do the topical one, and then we do the fun show. Tomorrow night's show is recorded because it's Thanksgiving Eve, so we're not sitting up until 11 o'clock.
Also known as amateur hour,
amateur night,
yeah.
But but we recorded, but we talked about. Been thinking about it since we recorded it. We did our top 10 list, and our top 10 list was. Let me actually pull it up. Our top 10 list last week was top 10 sitcoms from the 1970s.
Oh wow!
And it was a great list, and I'll pull this up.
I know what my number one was because I think it was one of the greatest sitcoms ever. Yeah. And so I'm interested to see. I'm going to say it now before you pull the list up, so people don't think I was influenced. I think the number one sitcom from the 70s, because it was so thoughtful, you never knew you were going to get out of it. Sometimes you would cry, sometimes you would laugh, and for me, the number one in the 70s was MASH.
My number one, I did my list, Pete did his list, Harry did his list.
You didn't combine them this time?
No, we combined them as we normally do. So in true Get On With It Sports Podcast fashion, we had 15 in our top 10.
Of course.
Right.
It's not like we don't do that on this show.
So I'll just run them down really quick. Tied for 12 was Three's Company and What's Happening.
Okay. Loved What's Happening.
Tied for...
Hey. Okay. Hey.
Tied for 11. And anybody watching the show that does watch the Get On With It Sports Podcast, you're going to get this. You're hearing this before you're actually going to get it on our podcast tomorrow night. Tied for 11 was Laverne and Shirley and Welcome Back, Kotter.
Welcome Back, Kotter was a very, very special show. Just like, hey, Mr. Kotter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm Freddie Boom Boom, Washington.
Freddie Boom Boom, Washington.
Why do they call you Boom Boom? Because I had to go, boom, 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 boom.
Exactly. Tied for 10 was Bob Newhart.
Okay. I didn't realize it was 70s. I thought Bob Newhart was, that had to be late 70s.
Bob Newhart is early and mid 70s.
Really? No, Bob Newhart. I'm thinking of his follow-up.
Not the Newhart,
not the one that happened in Vermont.
Yeah, no.
With my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Right.
Yeah.
And
WKRP in
Cincinnati, right.
I think KRP deserves to be a little higher. But okay.
Well, here, listen to the rest of the shows.
Okay.
Number 9 is Sanford and Son.
Oh, it's the big one.
Yep. Number 8, Barney Miller.
I like KRP better than Barney Miller. I got to say that. But Barney Miller had, and you know what? Ivigo actually finally really died, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 7, Taxi.
Oh, can't argue with Taxi.
Number 6, The Jeffersons.
Spawned out of something that's probably in the top 5.
Number 5, All in the Family.
It is right there. And for me, I think All in the Family was number 2 in my eyes because All in the Family it awakened an awareness in the American conscious at how racist the country was.
Mm-hmm. Number 4, The Odd Couple.
All in the Family, I put above that.
Number 3, Happy Days.
Happy Days taught us so much. And it's funny because Carrie and I were talking about Happy Days the other day. And the one thing that always struck me about Happy Days is that as cool as Arthur Fonzarelli was,
mm-hmm.
Mrs. C could melt him.
Of course.
Nobody's opinion mattered more to him than Mrs. Cunningham's.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, Mary Tyler Moore.
That The episode where the clown died, his funeral, is one of my favorite episodes in TV history.
Think about the actors in Mary Tyler Moore. It was an all-star cast.
Yeah.
Between Mary Tyler Moore.
But they weren't all-stars at the time. It made them all-stars.
Yeah.
And who was the biggest name that came out of that?
That night.
She lived to 99 years old.
Betty White. Gavin McLeod. All of them. And there was what? There was 97 spinoffs of Mary Tyler Moore.
It was
Rhoda.
Yeah.
Valerie.
And the voice of the Maud, but the voice of the guy on the intercom and Mary Tyler Moore was the same guy who did the voice for Garfield.
Okay.
Just fun fact.
Fun fact for you.
And number one was
go back to Taxi, and there was a ton of people. I mean, Danny DeVito, Judd Hirsch, Jeff Conway, Tony Dance,
Latka,
Andy Kaufman.
Carol Kane.
Carol Kane was in it.
And
Mary Lou Henner.
And you're also forgetting the professor from.
Oh yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
What
does a yellow light mean? Slow down.
What? Wow. Okie doke.
Anyway. Okie doke.
Okie doke.
And number one.
My number one.
It was my number one. It was Pete's number one. It was Harry's number two. MASH.
The thing about MASH.
The only show that Harry had above MASH was All in the Family.
And I can't argue with that. All in the Family to me is number two.
Mm-hmm.
Harry and I are in cahoots here. The thing about MASH, from episode to episode, you never knew what you were getting. You were either getting stupidity and shenanigans, well thought out humor, or something that would just put you into tears, or something you would get to go to bed at night and just think
about it. Yeah.
And there's one sitcom that came out in I guess it was the 90s, maybe it was 90s, that reminded me of MASH in the fact that it had a
MASH in
a medical. No, oh God,
we did that the other day when we.
It had a medical setting to it, but it was also one of those shows that was either hilarious or thoughtful and could bring you to tears. And that was Scrubs.
Okay.
Scrubs to me was just the next generation for MASH. It just picked up where MASH left off.
And there was two spinoffs of MASH. You remember what they were?
Yes, Trapper John MD was one of them. What was the second one?
Trapper John MD was actually on while MASH was still on.
Yes.
And then the other one was on after MASH was done.
It's called After MASH, wasn't it?
After MASH. I gave you the
that one. Thank you.
I led you for that.
Yeah, she led me on that one, but
not everybody was in it too. It was
no.
It was Jamie Farr was in it.
Mm-hmm.
William Christopher was in it. Father McCahey, and Harry Morgan was in it. Colonel Sherman Potter, and I think Gary Burkhoff was in it. I'm not sure.
The thing about Gary Burkhoff is all the people who were in MASH all agreed that everyone loved Radar and everybody hated Gary Burkhoff. Apparently, he was a bit of an asshole.
And he was the only one that was in both.
Yep, Trapper John MD as well.
No, he was the only one that was. He was
in the movie and
the movie and the right. Yeah.
The only one where the character carried over. He has got one, but in MASH.
Yeah, because Hawkeye and Trapper John were who in the movie?
Elliot Gould and Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland, very good.
And they got away with such a racial slur in that friggin' movie, and they actually carried it over into the pilot of MASH.
First season, actually.
The first Spear Chucker Jones.
Spear Chucker Jones. Yeah.
Oh my God, how did they get away with this? That was just heinous for a show that was so liberal and open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe they got away with that so long.
Yeah.
But Gary Burkhoff had one of the most heartbreaking moments in MASH ever, and it's when he came into the operating room and just very, not coldly, but because it wasn't cold, you could tell he was torn to shreds about it, read the message they got about Henry's plane going down.
Mm-hmm.
And there was not a word. Not a word. It was just
silence.
But what I loved about the amazing thing about
kept working. They just kept working, doing.
They kept working, but the thing about that is, I've always judged actors by how they can act when they have no lines, and the look when they focused in on every one of the four major characters. At
the time, it was Hawkeye.
It was Trapper John. It was
Frank,
Ferret Face,
and
Hot Lips, Hot Lips, Houlihan, and they just focused on the four of them and the looks on their faces.
The last one was Hawkeye.
The look, the acting that they did was some of the best acting they did on the show. And they didn't have none of them had a damn line.
I, to this day, quote a line from that episode, like very, very frequently, especially when, very, very, like, I'll give you, for instance, we had the Witchcraft Beer Fest, right? And we camped, right? So somebody has to use the facilities, but when you're camping, the facilities are trees, right? So, tree number 1 is for number 2. Tree number 3 is for number 1. Don't go to tree number 4. That's the ladies' tree.
Yes. And you've said that on the show, actually.
Absolutely. Right. And that's from that episode.
Is it from that episode?
That's from that episode.
And there's one episode called...
they were getting drunk with with Henry Blake after he learned he was getting discharged.
Yes. The thing about that is, going back to Scrubs. So if you compare MASH to Scrubs, and people will say, well, Scrubs got a little, out there every now and then. If you want to talk about out there, one episode of MASH was called Dreams, where every one of the major characters had a dream, and you see the dream and what's going on in the dream. And that episode is one of those that'll tear your heart out. It'll leave you up at night thinking. And if you think that MASH didn't get out there every now and then,
no, it did.
That one did. There's there was that one episode where the one nurse walked through the minefield and blew herself up, and they found her diary, and she was talking about she was out there. She had to go for a walk because she was thinking about Hawkeye and what that did to him, and just all these things. And then when he went off on Radar looked at him as a hero, and he said, "I'm not a hero. I just."
When he was drunk, when he was drunk in the operating room, and he had to leave because he was throwing up and all of that. Yeah.
Radar went
hungover. It was drunk.
He was hungover, and he couldn't. And Radar went after him, and he went right at Radar. And it was just there's so many episodes that
it was very well written. It was a very good. It was a very good series. It was very good. And I remember, and you were too. We were in high school when it ended. When the final episode of MASH in February 80, it was the end of February of 83. And I remember that's all anyone, including teachers, talked about all friggin' day that day.
If you remember, that was the only TV show that ever had higher ratings than the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It was, everyone watched that. And we watch so many of the series now that come out that are popular, where the last episode leaves you like, what the fuck was that?
I don't know if it's changed. It may have. I know this from several years back, but I don't know if it's changed. But the number 2 most watched single thing on TV in history was the last episode of MASH. The number 1 is the Giants-Bills Super Bowl in January '91.
But that was I think it has changed, but that Super Bowl was the first one that toppled MASH's number 1.
Yeah.
I think more have gone beyond that because we've got a bigger audience now.
Sure.
But that particular episode, when you look at all the series that are out now, where their final series just leave you going, I mean, Game of Thrones, one of the biggest things on TV in a long time. Their final episode made people go, "What the?"
Yeah, exactly.
can we redo this whole last season?
Yeah, try
Because
this again,
there was a petition to redo the last season. Whereas the last episode of MASH, I think, is the last time that anyone looked at a finale for a series. And it gave you closure.
Yeah, it did.
It was beautifully written. It addressed so many things. The kiss goodbye between Hawkeye and Hot Lips.
Everybody's picking up books and reading them.
It was amazing. And the message that
goodbye.
and the message that
See ya.
that BJ left for Hawkeye at the end was just, and just the irony that the one character that wound up staying in Korea was the one character that tried getting out the whole series.
Yeah.
Klinger winds up
Before.
staying, and
married to what was his wife's name?
Sun Lee.
Very good.
And the most haughty, pretentious character of all leaves on a garbage truck.
Yeah,
Charles
Emerson Winchester, the third.
There
you go. And BJ says, we'll get together back in the States, I promise. But just in case, I left you a note. And Hawkeye takes off in the helicopter after BJ rides away on the motorcycle. And it says, goodbye.
Very, very, very reminiscent of Steve McQueen on the motorcycle in The Great Escape.
Sure.
You know, the way he took off in it. It was just it was a perfect ending to probably one of the greatest sitcoms ever written.
Absolutely. It was very good. All right. After that road, TV shows wise, I mean, there's just been so many, but I think honestly, I can say that without actually diving deep into a lot of I mean, look, there's so many series, good or bad, that have great Thanksgiving episodes. But I think we can all definitely say that, as far as we're concerned, maybe not so much
the best Thanksgiving episode ever.
For us. The best Thanksgiving episode ever, as far as we're concerned, is right here on this show.
You can't beat that.
No.
Yeah, you can't. As God is my witness.
I thought turkeys could fly.
Gordon Jump delivered that line better than any human being could have possibly delivered that line.
Yes, he
just
did.
Exasperated, collapses into the chair. As God is my witness.
I thought turkeys could fly. Exactly.
Anyway. And the only other time that Gordon Jump was more poignant on that TV show was the Who concert episode.
Yep.
And if you want to talk about another TV series that could make you laugh and could make you cry, if you watch that episode, KRP had that ability. They had that depth of character. So
it certainly did.
So I think it's time for the outro, John.
I think it's time for the outro. Well,
and I'm not doing the leader challenge against the outro.
No, you're not going to do that with Perry Bomb. You're not going to do that, man.
Oh my God! Imagine a liter of a 13-ounce Imperial spiced stout.
I know. That'd be crazy. All right.
You will. Oh my God! You could hear colors after that.
I could definitely hear them. All right. Well, on that note, we want to thank everybody for watching. We'll wrap up the show, obviously. We want to thank everybody for watching. For those of you who just listened,
show? I thought we're just going to continue it tomorrow.
There you go. For those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thanks for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.logroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember,
because people can't spell, apparently.
No. Like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Logger Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on both Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night, somewhere between 6:30 p.m. and 9 the next day.
That's accurate. That's the most accurate you've ever gotten with our timing.
There you go. Somewhere around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time every
closer
Tuesday,
to 7, I would say.
Closer to 7, right?
Yeah.
But for those of you who just want to listen to a video podcast, you can do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, and iHeartRadio as well. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
An amazing Thanksgiving. Eat lots. don't throw up so you can eat more, because that's just leads you down.
No. Eat a lot of food. Eat a lot of good food.
Drink copiously.
Drink a lot of good beer, bourbon, whatever your drink of choice is that day. Spend the time with family, friends. Enjoy. Watch football.
Don't talk politics.
Don't talk politics. Let that
go
for the day.
Don't go down that road.
Okay. But enjoy the day thoroughly, in and out. Start tomorrow. Start now. Go through the weekend. And enjoy this week, the rest of this week.
And remember,
enjoy the weekend.
And remember not what the day is supposed to be about. The day is supposed to be about giving thanks for what you have, not dwelling on what you don't. And if you're surrounded by family, okay, for better or worse.
6 of 1.
Yeah, 6. Oh, so there's 6 that you like, 1 you don't. Is that what you're saying? There's a ratio.
6 of 1, half a dozen.
Oh, that's okay.
6 of 1, half a dozen. So there's 6 and 6. That's half a dozen. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 6 you like, 6 you don't.
The first siren of the night.
Yeah, but it's way off. It's not tearing down the road.
It stopped. So anyway,
we will give thanks for the fact that that's the first siren
of the night and the only one. Because we're ending right now, so unless one comes up in the next 30 seconds, it's not going to happen. So anyway. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy Thanksgiving thoroughly. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. And we will talk to you next week, folks.
Go Big Blue.
Cheers. Go Blue.